Ace Podcast.
This is the Super Co-op Squad Video Game Podcast, episode 59. On today's show, we'll discuss a couple of the biggest trailers that released over this last weekend. Batman Ninja trailer, the Japanese animation film, and the Marvel Infinity War trailer number 1. We'll also discuss games with gold and PlayStation Plus free game for the month of December, and we'll get into an opinion piece regarding the games that shaped us and how they have transformed us as gamers. And as always, we'll have our fan favorites, Name the Game, and Gamer Trivia segments. Alright guys, welcome to another episode of the Super Co-op Squad Video Game Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Johnny Mack, and I'm here with my good friends, the Pikachu hat-wearing Garrett Laney.
It's because I always loved you.
I'm glad we never even covered that. It's not even worth it.
Pikachu speaks English.
Yep. And the man who no longer needs glasses, he has X-ray vision now, Joshua Gerard.
I can see.
Yeah, so he got LASIK. So how's that
I
working?
can play.
Well, I guess I don't get to share that with you guys, Johnny.
We can delete that then.
Spoiler alert, I guess. I took LASIK.
You want me to delete that, or are we leaving this in?
No, we can leave it in.
All right, we're leaving it in. No edit here, Johnny.
Yeah, it's nice.
Future Johnny, leave that in. So guys, we are the Super Co-op Squad, and if you've been with us for a while, you know what we're about. If you're new, we'll run it down in just a couple seconds. We talk about games, movies, comics, everything pop culture, everything nerd. We break down the biggest news week by week as it comes out. We chat about it, give opinions, and sometimes we get a little deep on some gaming issues. This week's not one of them weeks, though. This is just a pure fun week. Before we hop in, though, this is your spoiler alert and your spoiler warning.
Joshua got LASIK.
Joshua got LASIK. There you go. That's your terrible spoiler.
No, don't use that one.
Too late. But for the real spoilers, guys, make sure you check our show notes. You can go to scspodcast.com and look at the show notes there. There will also be a link in the summary of wherever you happen to be listening to this episode. That way you can check through what we're talking about, look at all the little extra pictures we put in, and kind of know how the show is going to flow beforehand. So it gives you a little bit of addition to the podcast. But other than that, guys, we're ready to start the show. All right, so first up, we're talking about a couple of trailers that released, and I think they're important just because one is, I think we can agree, for good or bad, we'll see. Kind of revolutionary. The other one is probably the biggest movie of 2018. It probably will make more money than any other film. So the first one is Batman Ninja, the trailer for that. Yeah, so this is going to be an anime film based on Batman. Pure anime. It's even in Japanese language with subtitles. Thoughts on this in general?
I'm going to have to wait for the dub.
This guy.
Yeah.
No, this is pretty cool, actually. People talk about it, there's always these either spin-off comics or toys or statues of just Batman set in a different kind of time frame or in a different design. So it's cool to actually see him from a Japanese kind of feudal Japan era and see what that's like.
Yeah, okay, so I thought this was very interesting. We'll see how good or not it is. Sometimes anime cannot be good, although because there's so much of it, there's some good stuff, there's some bad stuff. But I think this is super awesome because we talked about it several times on the show that anime is taking off in a big way in America, more so than it ever has. I know it's been big before, but now it's transcending what it was. And for an extremely major pop culture icon like Batman to get an anime treatment, and not just an anime treatment, but an actual realistic, completely Japanese remake, that is huge for anime and really cool.
Yeah, and just the art style, excuse me, just the art style of it and how it looks, it looks like an actual, Japanese animation type of film or show, and then everything is just with a Batman twist. Even the characters, just the way the Joker looks, he looks like a very evil villain, and it just looks fantastic.
Yeah. So let's break it down real quick, just by some of the main characters we saw. What were our impressions of them? So the man himself, Batman, he had a very artistic, very different look. Very samurai-esque. I felt that he looked enough like Batman, but he didn't look like some person making Batman a samurai. He looked like a samurai with a bat flavor, which I think is how it should look.
Right.
But I really liked that kind of take on him. I appreciated the fact that they had him use like martial weapons and swords and things like that. So you know, he has that samurai kind of deadliness. Even if he doesn't choose to kill, he's still gonna hurt.
I mean, wouldn't that make sense? Because he trained in the League of Assassins.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, is that canon or?
I think in most continuities it's canon, but I don't think that that's going to take place in this. I think he's just going to be a pure on samurai.
Okay.
But you're right, he does have sword use. He just never uses them.
I wonder if it's going to be kind of like a Rurouni Kenshin kind of thing, Samurai X, where it's maybe like a reverse blade sword, so that he's not, you know, full on just cutting people in half, and more kind of taking on the knocking them out non-lethal kind of way.
Yeah, I thought that same exact thought, like Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah.
Side note, I never really understood what that means to have a reverse blade and how that wouldn't cut you. I feel like if I sliced you with the reverse side of a samurai sword, I could still kill you, but maybe I'm just not a master.
I mean, yeah, you could still kill with it, but I think the point was that it was more blunt than sharp, and you're supposed to show restraint with it.
Okay,
fair
enough.
I guess it's like hitting someone with the back end of a knife.
I would still be able to stab you just the same, though.
That you would.
Yeah. Wow. Well done. Well done, sir. You put that in there very nicely. I'll say, so, you know, to the foil of Batman, the Joker seems to be taking center stage here. And he had a very unique design.
Yeah, I'm getting somewhat, Dio vibes. Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Kind of that, not misogynist, but, what is it? Was it? And it's,
Antagonist?
No, it's like the
Antithesis?
No, hold on. Let me get my words out.
Okay.
Ancillary.
No. Okay, go, Garrett. We'll pause. We're not gonna say
androgynous.
Okay, good job. Good word.
Thank you. Took me a while.
I don't see that. I mean, to me, it was pretty obvious that he's very male oriented.
Well, yeah, but I'm getting more like how do I explain? Like a David Bowie kind of thing where, you know, it's in his mannerisms, not so much his design.
He has some flair that may usually be considered feminine.
Yeah, but not in a bad way.
I mean, I didn't say it in a bad way.
Okay, I just want to make that clear.
Okay,
that I did.
Okay, two's getting there, man.
Oh, sorry. Wish I could go back in the hyperbolic time chamber. And
okay, oh my gosh, we're not doing the DBZ thing.
That's actually not how it works, Garrett. But you know,
back on Batman. Yeah, you know, I actually liked that they made him so outlandish. You know, sometimes I think that in modern Batman, they keep trying to make him more and more like crazy, and I'm like, it doesn't really work. Just let him be who he was.
I don't know. I was a big fan of the cutting the face off thing.
Okay, but that was in the comics, and the comics really haven't changed him. I mean more so like the movies.
Oh,
the movies
okay.
keep spinning him to be this crazier and crazier and crazier guy, and I think like the height of it should have stopped with you know, the Dark Knight trilogy. That was where I think he was the perfect mix of crazy, outlandish, but still kind of controlled.
Yeah.
And the Leto Joker has surpassed that, and I feel they're going to keep going that direction. But this anime style, I think that's where he should be. There's just balls to the wall, crazy looking. I mean, green hair flowing off his back, just laughing with that. I mean, his laugh is perfect for Japanese Japanese cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
They always
really
have
cool.
crazy laughs.
No.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool.
I don't really have much else to say, but let's watch it.
Yep.
Whenever it comes out.
I want to see. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing more of Joker kind of fleshed out. Like, are his henchmen people that follow him? Are they, you know, just as crazy as he is? Is he somehow spinning it so that he looks like he's the good guy kind of thing, and Batman's the bad guy?
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what they do with the story on this. Will they make it 100% original story, just keeping base, you know, details, or are they going to try and, you know, redo something that's already been done? Which I hope that they try to make something new. I don't want to see them redo the Killing Joke or something like that. Just make your own story.
Okay, I came up with something. So do you think they're going to have, you know, known enemies to fight alongside with Joker?
Yeah, absolutely. They've already kind of shown a couple. They show
Two-Face.
Two-Face. They Clayface. A lot of face people in there.
A lot of faces. No face.
Was there a Two-Face?
Face.
All face.
Was there? Depending on the kind of role that they'll play, Catwoman was there.
They showed Catwoman.
Yeah.
They showed Harley.
Yeah, Harley. I think she looks really cool.
Mm-hmm. And then they showed his Bat family.
His Bat Familia.
Yeah. Well, this is Japan.
Bat Ohana.
His-
No.
that also is not Japanese.
There's a listener out there that's just shaking their head right now.
You uncultured swine. Yeah, I think just really quick because we got to move on to the second trailer. Yeah, it was cool seeing them, just those quick shots. I like the way that they had a very, very different design for each of them.
Mhm.
Not a fan of Damien's design.
You wouldn't be. I don't think you're a big Damien fan.
Well, it's not that I'm not a big Damien fan. I just don't like his design.
No. I thought it was okay with the kind of little bit of hair coming out like a child from Japan type thing, and you know, I think they all worked pretty well. But I'm very excited for this. I think that trailer gave a great start to what it should be, and just hopefully the story's there.
Yeah.
So,
and hopefully Kevin Conroy does the dub.
probably not. I don't think he's a dub type guy.
I don't know if this will be just as good in dub.
I don't think most anime is personally.
Yeah.
Okay, so next trailer, Marvel Infinity War. So this is what, the last, 19 films have been building up to.
Yeah.
The Avengers are finally going head to head with Thanos. Blue Thanos, apparently. Orange Thanos.
Kind of like
Purple
a peach
face.
Thanos.
Yeah, it's like
peachy
that.
purple.
It's like that shirt or whatever from like 2 years ago. Like, would you see this black and gold or blue and white?
Oh, yeah.
How do you see Thanos?
No, it just looks like Thanos got kind of like faded. After years, maybe been in the sun too long.
sitting out in the
sun bleached.
Yep.
just getting star bleached.
He got a tan.
He was waiting for a long time in that chair. Yeah, so we'll run through this really quickly. I thought this was a good trailer. It showed enough. It gave me a big enough scope. I will not watch another trailer after this.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm curious if this is the same trailer that was shown at like New York Comic Con.
Yeah,
or San Diego
that
Comic Con.
SDCC. It was not the same. It had bits and pieces because I didn't go to Comic Con, but I saw like leaked videos of that trailer. Some of it was the same. Most of it was not.
Okay,
which actually surprised me because we haven't seen a trailer since
at all.
They had it at Comic Con in July.
Yep. Now, I know I've talked about it before. I just want to keep in mind this is going to be about a 2.5 hour movie. And in that trailer alone, we saw all the Guardians of the Galaxy, 6 of them, all the Avengers. That's another 8 people there. That's 14. We saw Spider-Man. We saw Black Panther and his entire crew.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Winter
not even
Soldier.
counting. Yeah, Winter Soldier. That's like 19 here. We haven't even counted Thanos as a villain and whoever he has fighting alongside of him, whatever, maybe lieutenants. I'm just still concerned a little bit at, all these pieces. How are they going to get the Guardians now to Earth? How are they going to explain how Hulk is in Earth? There's a lot there.
Well, I think making it 2 parts, it gives you that time. You can spend a whole movie and not have a resolution and on a cliffhanger. And you're able to flesh out. You can really spend time with each character.
That's a possibility, and I don't want to say I rule it out, but I don't think it'd be a smart move to make it like it's a movie where, well, all right, tune in next year. People aren't going to be happy if there's just not a resolution. There needs to be some sort of arc in some way. It can't just be like a TV episode because you got to wait a year and a half or more. But it's still a possibility. Or maybe it'll be a 3-hour movie. Who knows? Anything that stood out to you guys real quick?
I believe we get our first look at Spider-Sense.
No, they've shown him have it. We talked about this before in Civil War. Winter Soldier throws like a telephone, a public telephone at him, and he's behind a pillar, like in the air, like in the airport, and he doesn't see it. You just see him, and he says, "Oh God," and he jumps out of the way.
Yeah, but this time we actually see what happens to him, how he sees Spider-Sense or uses Spider-Sense.
We don't
I
get
suppose.
little lightning bolts across his brain.
Yeah, we see the hair on his arm kind of stand up on end.
Yeah, which I think is a really creative way to show that, okay, he knows his body knows something that's up, not so much him.
Yeah.
So I think that's a cool way. That suit, I think, looks really cool.
Suit looked awesome. I think they showed a lot of really good shots of all the characters, a lot of chains for all of them. Again, just me, and you too, Garrett, not wanting to ruin things and spoilers.
Yeah.
They showed a lot of stuff I feel would have been nicer to not have seen. I would have appreciated not seeing Spider-Man, even if they would have made it so like in the trailer he was wearing the regular suit, but then in the movie they put it back on him. So they do that all the time in movies.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see it in the movie, or like they brought back the Hulkbuster suit.
Yeah.
Don't show me these things. Give me some things to look forward to a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, what they did show, it did its job, which is hype me up.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it showed, I mean, even the subtle things, like, I feel like when they showed Captain America, which it looks like, I was going to call her Red Velvet, Scarlet Witch, when she like turns around, it looks like they're in the same kind of place, but it looks like he's kind of shows up for the first time in that film. Like that's the impression I got. You see Bucky, just out there on the field. You don't really get to see too much of the enemy. It almost kind of look like an alien, like a xenomorph.
That's my first thought that when I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that too. The alien with like 4 arms that Captain America punched in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't show much of the enemies, but I don't think they needed to. I think they really wanted to hype us up for the heroes.
Yeah.
What I really liked, which I think built the most excitement, you see Thanos taking an Infinity Stone and just dropping it on his glove.
Yeah.
And you see which ones he has, which I don't even remember which one. Blue one's Space Stone, and the other one was that the Reality Stone
I think
that
Mind Stone.
that we have yet. No,
the purple one. He puts 2 on his gauntlet, and he has the purple one, which is the mind of the reality, and then he has space, and then
There's
Vision.
the scene where they show Thanos ripping a stone from.
And then they cut to him putting a stone in there. That's not the stone in Vision's head, though.
correct.
That's a different stone.
the yellow
Right,
one.
but they're yeah, exactly. They don't show that on his gauntlet, so it's 2 different scenes. They
Okay.
show the scene of him taking the blue stone and putting it in right after he was ripping the stone out of Vision. But it's one of those, trailer magic things where they make you think it's the same stone, but it wasn't.
Well, no, I know it's not the same stone, but now we know he gets at least 3 stones in this movie.
Yeah, in some way.
Yeah.
That's true.
Have we ever seen the Reality Stone in any of these movies?
I think, honestly, the Tesseract is a stone. The Tesseract, I believe, is supposed... Oh, no, it's a Cosmic Cube. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know. They've shown almost all the stones. I just haven't watched them all.
Wait. I think the stone in Thor 2, the Aether,
That's the only one I haven't seen.
I think
Yeah,
that might be the Reality Stone.
You're not missing much there. But yeah, I think they've shown almost all the stones. I haven't watched them all in a long time. We'll have to go back and do a marathon over a couple of days.
Woo.
Oh,
A lot of work. Yeah,
Oh,
it'll
man.
take a couple days. Okay, last thoughts before we move on. Anything that stood out? Anything like just lasting impact?
Thanos looks dumb.
Okay. One shot.
I'm just gonna say it.
One shot answer. I like
There
it.
we go.
Joshua, what you got?
I heard a couple Easter egg kind of things. If you want me to,
Quickly. Knock it out. One shot.
okay. Bucky doesn't have his red star. I was told Captain America doesn't have his white star. So are they not Captain America and Winter Soldier anymore?
I don't want to get into it too much, but I think that the star is removed because he's not, a Russian spy anymore. And then Cap is no longer,
He's
Part
a
of it,
fugitive.
yeah, he's a fugitive of
Pretty
war,
much
essentially.
on the run.
You can't be captain of a country that's looking for you.
Yeah, especially not America.
Yeah, and then Vision looks human, so he probably did that because we know in the comics he has a relationship with.
Red Velvet.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I was gonna say it again.
Yeah.
I don't know what the thing is. No, I'm excited for this movie. We'll see if they call it the next movie Avengers 4, because there's still a wagering bet between you guys for $50.
$50.
Yep. All right, cool. My one shot was don't watch any more trailers. Just stop watching them, guys. You're already hyped. You know you're gonna watch it. Don't watch anymore. So now you go into it and just try it. Just try it my way one time and see if you don't enjoy the film a little bit more because you weren't already spoiled.
Yeah, Johnny's way is not watching any Star Wars trailers.
And
ever.
Garrett's.
I'm in the boat too.
Okay.
I'll leave the theater.
I will abandon the place.
I'm gonna go give me some more popcorn.
All right, guys, well, that's what we got on the Batman Ninja trailer, the Marvel Infinity War trailer. Check them out, guys, and see what you think. Give us your thoughts. scspodcast.com. All right, guys, it's time for our first segment of gaming fan favorites. We pick 10 rapid fire questions. Each of us answers to find out where we stand opposed and united in fandom. Play along and find out what are your fan favorites as well. Keep in mind you can now do that in real time. Just click the link that's going to be in the show notes or right there on the summary of where you're listening. There'll be a little link for fan favorites episode 60. You can take next week's poll. That way your vote counts towards tallying up who's better or what wins or whatever we're doing that week. You can also take the poll for this week. It'll be in there as well, titled Fan Favorites episode 59. If you just want to get your vote in there for, post, voting. Not that you'll change anything, but hey, it's there for you. All right. So I had the pleasure, the honor of doing this week's fan favorites. And as I'm talking, I am pulling up my fan favorites. So it is, you get to choose your son, your progeny. Which one would you want to continue on your familia? As Garrett said earlier, good word, Spanish word.
Ohana.
We're multicultural. Who's going to continue on with your legacy? So in this one, you're going to pick the son or the daughter that you want to have as your own.
Please let the last one be P. Diddy and Ben Stiller as your kid. Please let.
I really maybe I'll just I can't retcon it because now the fans are voting. But I should have done
fans.
that.
I would have laughed.
That would have been
so hard.
That would have been pretty good.
Pick your daddy, now pick your son. They're the same person.
They are.
Skip
All
the
right.
generation.
Here we go. First up, Bobby Hill or Gene Belcher.
Oh, Bobby.
I didn't watch either show, so I guess I'll pick Bobby.
Bobby Hill, Carlton Banks or Steve Urkel.
Carlton.
Carlton. Damien from the horror movies or Norman Bates.
Norman Bates.
Damien.
Norman Bates. Justin Bieber or Jaden Smith.
Jaden.
Bieber.
Justin Bieber. Damian Wayne, Batman's son, or John Kent, Superman's son.
Damien.
Damien. Bam Bam or Elroy Jetson.
Bam Bam.
Elroy. Sandlot Kids or the Little Giants Kids.
Sandlot.
Oh man,
Sandlot. Mary-Kate and Ashley or Tia and Tamara from Sister Sister.
Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Sister.
Tia and Tamara. Kyle Broflowski or Stan Marsh.
Stan.
Stan. Butterscotch or Chris Griffin.
Butters.
We were really, really close to all having the same exact answer. I think we only had one where we chose differently. Maybe two.
Think so.
All right, so back to the tip top. All right, so we had Bobby Hill or Gene Belcher.
I can't stand Gene.
He's kind of annoying, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I actually like Bobby.
I don't like Bobby at all, but between the lesser of two evils and the lesser of, two really annoying people, Bobby Hill is the better choice.
Are they really evil?
No, but that's just the saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. The lesser of two nerds. Although I guess they're not really nerds, more as like geeks.
The
Right,
lesser
like
of two annoying people.
Dorks.
Dorks is a better word, right?
Yeah.
Because like a nerd is someone who I think in general is kind of like into just like pop culture-y, science fiction-y stuff. A geek is very specific on like one area of nerddom, and a dork is just a dweeb, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there we go. We've done it. Put that in the Urban Dictionary.
Broke it down.
Yep. Yeah, we don't have anything we have to worry about with these guys. We've all in the same boat. So Bobby Hill, you win, and the listeners agree, 100%. Carlton Banks or Urkel.
I mean, if you're gonna take a character like Urkel, you have to be prepared for all the nuisances, all the shenanigans, all the weird scientific experiments that can do you wrong. But maybe he might make a machine that can clone stuff, and you better make all the monies before he destroys it.
So who are you picking?
Carlton Banks.
You said nothing nice about Carlton, though.
I said nothing
just all
mean
bad
about
about
him either. I'm just saying, if you're gonna pick Urkel, you got to go with all the other stuff.
All right, here's why I picked Carlton.
He can dance.
No, he really can't, though. Like, he has one move.
No, he can dance.
No, he can actually dance.
Did you see him? He was about to strip for all them hotter ladies, those older ladies, those mama babies.
Did he actually do a move?
Yes.
Take it off.
All right.
Put it on. Mommy.
All right, so with Carlton, I picked Carlton only because I just look cooler next to Carlton. And if I pick Urkel, there's a strong chance he becomes Stefan, and now I'm the nerd.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I can't have that.
Carlton's got good taste in music.
He's got a song or two. That's my reasoning. All right. Once again, listeners, 100% there. Damien from the horror movies or Norman Bates?
I don't even know who Damien is that you're referencing to.
Antichrist?
He's like a horror. I don't know. There's like Damien movies. There's like some.
There multiple?
There's a couple. There's like an original and a remake. He's like a demon kid.
Yeah, I went to like The Omen, and
yeah, it's The Omen.
Yeah, and I've only known him as something happens, and he's like son of the devil or
exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, I ain't dealing with that. Exactly. I'd rather have someone just kill me and eat me than summon.
Does Norman Bates eat people? I don't think he eats people.
Wait, is Norman Bates the same as Hannibal?
Nah, man. Nah. Like Bates Motel, that guy, the origin of like I can't think of his name.
Angelica's gonna kill me.
Yeah, she's not gonna be happy. Sorry, Angelica.
Sorry, babe.
Yeah, so I mean, at least Norman Bates, as long as I kind of keep him happy, he probably won't kill me, you know.
So he doesn't enjoy a nice Chianti.
And I'm not a hot chick, so I don't really have any danger of him wanting to murder me. So I'm okay. All right.
Unlike Rob Schneider.
Who's the hot chick? Yeah, so 50-50 split with Bates And my apologies to those of you guys who emailed us. I didn't get, it was my responsibility. I didn't get the notes or the fan favorites up in time for everyone to get a vote in on time. So I will be more diligent on that in the future. So this week's, fan faves a little bit skewed. Only a few people were able to get their vote in, due to the lack of days. Okay, moving on. So Justin Bieber or Jaden Smith?
Oh boy.
I'm catching Bieber fever tonight.
Bieber can sing.
Bieber fever.
Bieber's got money.
Baby.
I can make appearances in his music videos.
Yeah, there's that. I don't know. Jaden Smith just has funny stuff to say sometimes.
I'm the one, yeah. I'm the one, yeah.
Is that
Please no.
is that a song?
That's a good song, actually.
That is a song. It's
By which one?
Khaled. It's a Khaled song. DJ Khaled song.
Bieber's in it though.
Oh,
Yes, he's in it. But, yeah.
Bieber's got some. I'm not gonna lie. He's got a couple hits.
He's got more than a couple.
Well, to me, like
Okay.
he actually has some songs I
Whoa,
enjoy.
whoa.
I don't know what that is, but
He's playing Bieber music.
okay. What about Jaden Smith music, huh?
I know I like his daddy's music. I don't know if I like his music.
Does that make me Will Smith?
No,
Oh,
you're the adopted daddy.
And if you think that I still holding
that's
on,
a good one.
oh baby, you should go and yourself.
Okay, well, I mean that's.
That's what he means though.
I mean, probably, but that's not what's
I know.
the
I'm
lyric
just
is.
saying. Yep.
For those of you that don't know, and none of you do, Johnny likes to sing randomly.
I do quite a bit. Yep.
That's an understatement all the time.
Hey, Jaden's got kind of a star of music. His sister made that song. I whip my head back and forth. I whip my head back and
What is
forth.
she up to? What is she doing?
Living a normal life away from all this craziness of her family.
That's a smart choice.
Yes. Smart job.
Remember Jaden Smith came as white Batman?
Yep.
Or
To a
black Batman in a white suit?
No.
To the
What?
prom? I don't know. That was
Yeah.
weird.
I don't know.
He's a weird kid.
100% of listeners chose Bieber. No one likes Jaden Smith, apparently. Sorry, JJ. All right, Damian Wayne or John Kent?
Damian Wayne.
I mean, Damien's cooler.
He is just cooler. John Kent's kind of just a rube, man.
Honestly, I didn't even know Superman had his son.
Yeah, he has a son. He's just. I mean, I get it. Like Superman is, the standard like American boy, like apple pie and truth and justice. But when a kid is that way, he's just an annoying know-it-all.
Yeah, that doesn't play well.
No, we can't sneak outside. Mom and dad shut up. Like, let's just go outside and have fun.
Damien's already out the window.
Right, Damien
gone.
has been gone.
Would you take is Crypto over John Kent?
The dog?
Yes.
No.
I was just asking if you'd take the dog over the son.
So
you're
random.
You're complaining about the son. I was just wondering if you'd take the dog instead.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
All right, so 100% listeners chose D. Wayne. Bam.
That's not right.
Dwayne?
Oh, you're right. My apologies. They chose John Kent. What's wrong with
That's
you
the
guys?
wrong answer.
That
Sorry,
is the
guys.
wrong answer.
Wow.
We still win because we were unanimous with Damian Wayne. So you guys lose.
That sounds weird, right? 100% of listeners.
Oh, man.
But yeah, good job. Not good job.
If you do math, you can count that.
All right, Bam Bam or Elroy Jetson.
Bam Bam will just destroy everything, and I don't need loud noises 100% of the time.
I mean, at first, yeah, there's going to be some difficulties. But when he grows up and he learns to harness his power,
Okay.
he can use it for good.
You better not get in his way or annoy him. You better have treated him like a king in your own house, or he's gonna beat the crap out of you.
He's gonna club you to death.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Elroy Jetson's super smart with computer, lives in the space age. He's going somewhere with his life. He's gonna be a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be okay.
I felt Elroy was pretty annoying.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was just a normal boy having a good time in school.
I felt he was pretty annoying.
Meanwhile, Bam Bam's over here wrecking everything. So, all right. Quick side note, the Flintstones comic, which I know you haven't read, either of you, but I really implore you to. It's only a 12-issue miniseries. Amazing. Honestly, it is.
I feel like you've mentioned this before.
I literally just said that I mentioned it before.
Yeah, I remember.
On the podcast.
Yes.
I remember you talking about it, and you were describing some scenes that sounded really funny.
It is good. It's not what you would think Flintstones would be. It's kind of a subversion of our own culture in modern day, and they used that and they put it in the Stone Age, and it really kind of sheds some interesting light on things. Anyway, really quickly, they explain how Barney and I think it's his wife's name, Betty. There we go. How they get Bam Bam. Awesome story.
Oh, you're not going to go into it?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
You read the comic.
Damn.
Go
Drop them
read
off.
it. Yep.
Is it anything like the the Rosie O'Donnell and what is his name?
John Goodman.
No.
Whatever you're talking about, it's not.
The
Trust me.
guy that plays Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Trust me when I tell you it's not.
Just give me the name, just so I can.
Rick Moranis.
Thank you. Okay, moving on.
I should have left him there, just on the hook, just wriggling.
He would be stuck on the podcast the whole show.
100% listener shows Bam Bam. You guys suck. Nah, we love
No,
you.
you guys are cool.
Yeah, we love you. All right, Sandlot kids or the Little Giants kids?
Never watched Little Giants.
What's wrong with you?
Never cared.
No,
I'm not. I mean, come on.
That is a movie that
What do you mean? Come on.
That's
Wait,
rare.
hold on. I
It's
know
like a sports movie.
I know why you like it, Joshua. But okay, is Sandlot not a sports movie?
I mean, it is, but I
No, there's
I
no
just
buts.
ended
There's no
up
buts in there.
yeah, there's
I
no
just-
but. There's no
I
but.
just ended up watching it. It's not something I'm like, oh, I gotta own this movie. Just my grandma had it, watched it. She didn't have Little Giants. I didn't watch Little Giants.
Okay, well, you should. But Sandlot is better.
I'm not.
Killing me, Smalls.
Is it that's Sandlot?
It's
No,
Little
it's not.
Giants.
That's Little Giants? You're
No,
killing me,
no,
Smalls?
we're-
No.
we're lying to you.
Okay, yeah. Shut up.
Yeah, so listeners split 50-50 on Sandlot or Little Giants.
He's questioning whether he's seen the movie or not.
Making me
probably
question my own
watched-
reality.
Watched it one time.
Reality
All right.
stuff.
So the Olsen twins or the Mowry twins. So Mary Kate and Ashley or Tia and Tamara.
I actually watched Full House. Did not watch Sister Sister. Didn't care.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's,
you
you're-
suck.
You're two in a row, man. You're
I had a different childhood.
bringing down the house, man.
You're a different child. Yeah, Tia and Tamara, the show, in my opinion, was much better. You know, just it was an awesome show.
It was actually funny.
It really
Did they
was.
have catchphrases?
Go home, Roger.
Okay.
Go home.
Okay. I know that one, yeah.
So, yep. Listeners split the poll 50-50. Kyle Broflowski or Stan Marsh.
Stan's infinitely cooler.
You know what? I really should have picked Kyle. Stan is cooler, but Kyle stands for something.
That is true. That is true.
He
He's the
has his
Huey.
morals.
Yeah, he stands up for what he believes in those specific moments.
I'm taking my one, and I'm saying Kyle. I'm switching. Kyle's better.
Dang, you
That's-
pulling a Garrett?
And plus,
I did it one
Yeah,
time.
everybody
That's what I'm saying. You're
everybody
pulling a
gets one.
Garrett.
Also, Joshua, you and him, you guys got a lot in common on the top.
I found that out yesterday. Is that the first time that they've debuted that? I don't
No.
watch South Park like hardly ever
Did you watch
anymore.
the latest episode where he was like doing his hair?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they've shown his hair several times.
Yeah, Kyle's hair.
that was a funny episode.
Listener split 50-50 on that one. And last one, Butterscotch or Chris Griffin.
Butters is, honestly, he's adorable.
I just can't deal with Chris and his shenanigans.
And Chris is just kind of a gross kid.
Yeah, he really is gross. Really is gross.
Yeah, but Butters did kill a man. Actually, no, he killed an entire building.
I'm sure if we go through enough of
Chris
the...
has
Well, he
done
didn't
some
kill a
stuff too.
building. He killed everyone inside the building.
Chris's pimple came to life and took over his
Yeah,
body,
yeah.
essentially.
He also has an evil monkey living in his... He just has too many issues. I
Well,
just
the
can't...
monkey left, but
Professor
but he
Chaos.
had one.
Yeah.
General Disarray.
Yeah, that was such a good such a good time for South Park. Listeners once again split 50-50 on the Butters Chris Griffin. All right, guys. Well, that is our fan favorite segment for this week. Again, give us themes as always. Let us know what you guys want us to do for fan favorites, and make sure you take that poll. It takes like 10 seconds. Pause right now. Take the poll for next week, and that way we have your input for fan favorites. Click the link; it'll take you right there. It literally takes like 10 seconds, probably less if you have any type of good service, you know, like T-Mobile, Verizon, not AT&T. All right, so we're getting into the free games for the month of December from Xbox and PlayStation. So starting with the December games with gold. So a couple of games in here I think are at least worth a look. We've got Warhammer End of Times by Vermintide Studios. We have the Telltale series Back to the Future, the game. This is the 30th anniversary apparently of this. Oh, of Back to the Future.
Wow.
Duh. I'm like, what the heck? How has this been out so long? But brain fart there. Also, Child of Eden. I won't say any more. And Marlo Briggs and the Mask of Death. So let's break down this this list for Microsoft here. What do we have that's of value to anyone?
I see one that I may dabble in, might not. I'll download it, probably won't play it though. And that would be Back to the Future.
Oh man. So
I played it once and I was like, you know what? I'm going to just play something else instead. Never went back to it.
it's one of the very first Telltale games, and it definitely shows their. I mean, not that it's bad, but it doesn't hold up as well as some of their other, choose your own adventure style games have. But it really is the only one on this list that has any remote interest to me. I mean, I'm going to call it out. Why would you give us Child of Eden?
Who has a Kinect still and uses it?
People who bought day one Xboxes.
But do they still have a Kinect?
That's a good question.
They probably don't.
I mean, even if they do, because I still have 2 of them, but you're giving us a game that requires a motion-based camera that you no longer manufacture and sell to anyone. Why?
Yeah.
You halted production on this thing.
Yeah.
And you gave it to us as a free game? Like, what kind of mean thing is that?
Here you go.
I don't like that as an action. Real quick to get into the price, the Telltale game was $20. Child of Eden is $15, but honestly, it could have been $100. It doesn't matter because, I'm sorry, it was $30 for a game that people don't have the device to use it for.
It's 30 too much.
Yeah.
If they added controller feed, like if you can play with a controller, then cool. Then that kind of nullifies what we're talking about to a degree.
Right.
I don't know if you can or not.
I mean, hopefully, otherwise, this is all but useless to most people.
If you're a Warhammer fan, I would get that. It's a multiplayer only game though. It's a multiplayer only first person shooter set in the fantasy world of Warhammer. So if you like that franchise or the world of that franchise and you want some competitive play, go pick up that one. It's the highest of the bunch at $40.
I was watching the trailer and I got no impression that it was multiplayer only. Like it looked
deceiving,
like a single
right?
player.
Yeah. But it's not.
All right. I'm glad that we were able to inform you listeners and myself.
Last one on the list, Marlo Briggs and the Mask of Death, which is apparently an action adventure hack and slash game. I'm not really interested in this.
You guys ever play Conan on the 360 or PS3?
Yes, sir.
It looks like that, just not as good.
That's saying a lot because the Conan game wasn't necessarily great.
No, it was enjoyable.
It was fun for a time.
Yep. So those are the games that we're getting from Microsoft this month. It totals to about $45.
That's $105.
$105 plus a little bit with some change. $108 or so altogether, probably. All right, on to the Sony side of things, who I think did us a lot more justice here. First of all, we get Darksiders 2, the Definitive Edition. Yeah, see what they did there? Kung Fu Panda Showdown. It's a free-for-all brawler and a little bit like Smash Brothers. The Siberia Collection. X-Blaze, Lost Memories. Siberia is like a puzzle type game. X-Blaze is is that like a, what do you call it, a fighter?
Well, it's in the same universe as Blaze Blue, but it's a visual novel. You essentially like read a bunch of script and then you have this little kind of, it looks like you're in a 16-bit realm. You kind of move around, you kind of find different storytellings and you kind of choose your answer and then it progresses through a story.
Okay. Say no more because I think no one, including the listeners, cares about this game anymore now that it's a novel.
No, I mean, I'll probably check it out.
We'll
Actually, I probably won't, but
Yeah,
I'll just download it. That is at least of enough interest for me to download it.
All right. And then you've got Forma 8, which is kind of a Metroidvania type game. And last, you've got Wanted Core, which is a top-down action shooter. Okay. I mean, right off the bat, I think we've got 2 games, in my opinion, that warrant some sort of look. The Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition. Darksiders is a great, God of War type game.
A lot of people compare it to like Zelda because there's a lot of puzzles.
There are puzzles, but
Yeah.
I think the actual action of the game is more
Hack and slash.
Yeah, more like
Yeah.
God of
Yeah,
War.
very heavy.
So that's a great game right there. It's older, but it's still a sturdy game.
Comes with
Yes.
all the DLC.
Yeah, so good show on you there.
I already have it on Xbox One, so I won't be downloading that.
Wow, you're
Why?
ridiculous.
In case you just want to play it on PlayStation.
There's no point arguing with him.
I have it
Joshua.
on the Xbox.
He doesn't get
You
it.
could sell it for $5 and then have it for free on the PlayStation.
I can't. It's digital.
Let's just not do this. And then for me, Wanted Core, I love action top down shooters, so I'll give that one a shot. Those are my 2 right off the bat. I'm sure you 2 are pretty interested in Forma 8.
I wasn't until I found out it was Metroidvania.
It's not your typical Metroidvania. You're this little, I don't know, this little furry little blob creature, and it's not just like platform where it's left to right. You're kind of like jumping and like floating. You're kind of angling a little.
I've lost all interest.
Should check it out. It looks weird, but
You oversold him, and now you lost the sale.
I feel like I did this before on a different game.
You lost the sale because you kept talking. You just gave him too much.
Download it, Garrett. Just download it.
Yeah, so I think it's safe to say that Sony won this month.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, if you're giving away a game that most people are probably going to turn away, Child of Eden.
Yeah,
It is a cool looking game though. But
I mean, you say yeah, sure, but you don't think that they won? I think it was pretty definitive.
Sony, yeah.
I mean, I don't care for any of these.
Yeah, well, there's Garrett, old, snobby elitist, sniffing
No,
at.
just I mean, both companies tend to give games that nobody wants or already have.
Well, I mean, I look at it like this. Okay, if I look at the Xbox list right now, they gave us a multiplayer, first person shooter. Okay, and there's a million of those right now, but they gave us that a puzzle type action or adventure game, a useless game that probably no one can play at all because they don't have the Kinect at all unless they make some sort of hand controller.
They would have had
controls.
to. They would have had to.
We'll see. I haven't heard anything about that. And then Marla Briggs. So they gave us, 3 games that are functional: first person shooter, a choose your own story game, and then an action adventure game. Sony gave us an action adventure game, a 4-player brawler with Kung Fu Panda, a puzzle game with Siberia, which is 3 games in one, some sort of novel I don't care about, a Metroidvania game, and a top-down shooter. They gave us 5 generally playable games to the 3.
Okay, I mean, if we're counting just sheer numbers, yeah, Sony won. If we're not talking about the content of what's in those numbers, I don't care.
Well, I mean, if I look at like Darksiders 2 compared to
anything on
Yeah.
Microsoft
automatic
side.
plus there, and
True.
then the Metroidvania, well, I guess you don't care, but some people will, and then One and Core, those 2 together rival whatever you choose as number 2 for Microsoft. So I don't know. I think they won.
Okay.
To each his own. All right, guys. Well, that's what we think about the games. I always recommend downloading them all just because they're free. I think Joshua probably agrees.
Yep.
I would agree to tell the listeners that, but I'm not going to do that.
There's Garrett, snubbing his nose over at all the freebies.
Yep.
His
Wow.
Pika nose.
Wow, have I got some stories for the listeners with you?
Really?
What was it? Nintendo and Mario Kart DLC?
We won't do this now, but we will do this at some point.
Okay.
And I still stand by my
I know
words.
you. Oh, I know you do.
Okay.
This is news to me.
Because it's the same. This is the same situation with Child of Eden. Almost exactly. The same situation. It's the same thing.
I
think you should just
It's
get
the
out.
same thing. It's the same thing.
That's okay.
We'll-
We'll go into the
Okay, we'll do this
later
another time.
Teaser.
All right, guys. This is time for everybody's favorite segment.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, gamer trivia. So every week, 2 of us go head to head in a best of 5 trivia contest. The winner, they stay and play again. All the accolades, just, sunshine pouring down on them. You're happy. You go home happy. The loser, you leave just shamed, man. You don't feel good. You lost. You went head to head and you lost. That's what happened. The other man sitting next to you was better than you.
Oh, it's For Honor all over again.
Or woman.
Or woman, yeah, because these boys got taken down in episode 58 pretty handedly.
Destroyed us.
Yeah, honestly, it was a little rough. Yeah, so that's what we do every week. So play along. Let's see how much knowledge you have in gamer trivia. All right, so Angelica is the reigning champ technically.
Being my girlfriend, that makes me the reigning champ.
No,
What's hers is
there ain't no
hers,
ring,
and what's mine
there
is
ain't no
hers.
ring on that finger yet.
Yeah, I don't recall you guys being married, but
So be that as it may, unfortunately, Garrett will be next in line to do trivia. Now, granted, you still have your streak alive, so when you get back over here, your streak didn't end technically,
Okay.
because that's like a separate thing with our guest hosts.
Yeah, our guest episodes.
Yeah.
Guest episodes.
So what do you got for Joshua and I?
Well, pretty big game came out not too long ago. It was
Odyssey?
a lot of fun. Just like a lot of fun. Me and Joshua talked about it pretty much every episode since it came out. But it's not strictly Super Mario Odyssey. It is just Super Mario in general.
How many times are we doing this?
Want to throw you a bone.
It's only
Johnny.
the 3rd time, Johnny. Come on.
It's only the 3rd Mario trivia we've had in
Hey,
60
look,
episodes.
I'm sorry,
That's-
a very popular game came out and the hype is real.
It's a pretty good percentage. 3 out of 60? Well, probably 3 out of 58.
I don't think any topic has ever cracked more than that, but maybe Disney. Garrett's done a lot of Disney.
You guys keep saying that? I've done Disney like twice.
I know. I just knew it'd get
Has
you.
Johnny done a Disney one?
I have not.
Oh, of course not.
I will at some point.
Yeah, we'll
Once
see.
you stop doing them.
He stopped. Wow.
Moving on.
It's like episode 20.
All right. Let's start Super Mario trivia.
All right.
Don't let this guy troll you, Garrett.
Question number 1. In Super Mario Brothers, landing on the top of the flagpole nets you how many points? A. 1,000. B. 5,000. C. 8,000. Or D. 10,000. I have Joshua's answer very quickly, and I have Johnny's answer. Joshua, you answered B. 5,000.
Ouch.
Johnny, you answered A. 1,000.
Dang.
Did you actually know, or
No, I know.
The correct answer is B, 5,000 points.
Yeah, I thought he was kidding at first. I was like, are you serious?
So Joshua, that is correct.
Dang.
And Johnny, that is incorrect. Score is 1 to goose eggs, Joshua's flavor.
Someone never reached the top of the flagpole.
I just never look at the points that literally don't matter in Mario.
All right, question number 2. What relation is Wario to Mario? A, brother. B, cousin. C, uncle. D, friend. Or E, no relation. I have Joshua's answer, and I have Johnny's answer. You have both answered E, no relation. The correct answer is B, cousin.
Are you kidding me?
I am not.
Wow.
Tell me where in the lore this is.
To the research that I have done, this is how it is.
He just is?
Thanks for that.
Yep. I mean, what do you want me to cite? Line 67
Yes,
of Wario Land 2?
I would like some citations.
I'm pretty
in your-
sure it's not well, there's no like real context in Wario Land 2, but
All right, so that's wrong for us, right?
That would be incorrect.
golden coins, whatever.
So score is 1-0, still Joshua's favor. Fun fact number 1.
Yay!
After beating Super Mario Brothers, you can play the game again with all of the Goombas replaced by Buzzy Beetles.
Mm-hmm. Makes it harder.
Okay, question number 3. How many playable characters are there in Super Mario Kart? A, 5. B, 6. C, 8. Or D, 10.
You're talking Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Unless there's a Mario Kart on the NES I was unaware of.
I just need one. Let me just catch up.
All right.
Let me just catch up.
I mean, you
Both
might
of your
get one,
answers?
but I might get one too.
You both answered
Yep.
C, 8. The correct answer is C, 8.
You got your one. Congratulations.
So that is correct for both of you. The score is 2-1, Joshua.
I just need one more. Come on. I just need one more.
I'll just get one more on top of that. It's just erasing stakes.
Question number 4. Which of these power-ups were the first to have eyes? A, Super Mushroom. B, Fire Flower. C, 1-Up Mushroom. Or D, Star. All right, I have both of your answers. You have both answered D, Star.
No.
The correct answer
Yes.
is D, Star.
No. Just I can't burn it down from one question. Was that the song to you?
No, that was the face matching.
Oh, okay. I thought that was his like rendition of like when you get the power up. Is that correct? Right?
Yes, yeah, that is correct for both of you, as I have stated. Score is, I forgot.
It's 3-2.
Yeah.
3-2.
I'm winning.
Keep
Joshua's
keep asking for points, Johnny. I'm just gonna match them.
All right. Fun fact number 2. Chain Chomps came to be because of a traumatic event that happened to Shigeru Miyamoto, Shiggy, as a child.
I do not think the man wants you to call him Shiggy.
I don't want you to call him Shiggy ever again.
A neighborhood dog would chase him until being yanked by its chain.
That's a pretty cool real world application of creativity.
Thanks, Shiggy.
Oh my god.
You better stop. People are going to start writing hate mail to you.
I'm gonna rip that Pikachu beanie right off your head.
I'll give your
keeps my
address
head
to the
warm.
fans.
Jeez. Question number 5. What's the score again?
3-2. I'm winning. It's
You're
3-2.
not
We're on
winning.
question 5. It's 3-2. We're for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Sorry.
There we go.
Mind games.
All right. Question number 5. Nintendo has officially stated that Mario is no longer a plumber. What is his current occupation? A, racer. B, athlete. C, doctor. D, all of the above. Or E, it is never said. I have Johnny's answer, and I have Joshua's answer. Y'all both answered E.
I played it safe. I think it's a racer.
It
I'm
is
sure it's E.
never said.
Yay.
The correct answer is E. It is never said. I was saying what you guys sent in
It's not what it sounded like.
just
right?
happened to be the correct answer.
Yep.
So that is 4, 2, 3.
Good job.
Did it.
Math.
All right. So now it's time for the bonus
Oh my
question.
God. This is one of those situations where it could go so good or so bad.
This is how it works. You can bet up to as many points as you have. Get the question right, you gain that many points. Get the question wrong, you lose that many points. Please send in your bets.
I'm so scared.
I have Joshua's bet. And I have Johnny's bet.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Alright, I was trying something here. And I think one of you is gonna kick each other in the butt. Question. What was the original name of Princess Peach?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe this is happening. My god.
Did you bet 0?
The first time you ever give an actual answerable answer, Garrett.
It's not the first time.
Oh my god.
If it makes you feel any better, you got it wrong.
No, I didn't. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay, wait. I didn't. That's what she's called in...
Moving on.
Oh, I see what I did. I know what it is. Crap.
Okay. So the question, what was the original name of Princess Peach? Joshua?
I don't know how I got this wrong.
You know what? I don't know how you did either.
Let's
Let's start with
see.
Johnny.
Yes, please.
Johnny, you answered Daisy.
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know what it is. I got in a rush and I was just excited.
Okay, tell us what it is.
It's Toadstool.
Okay.
Joshua, you answered Princess Toadstool. That is correct.
Princess Daisy doesn't show up, like, for a while.
Now for the points. Joshua, you had 4 points. Johnny, you had 3 points. You each bet 1.
Crap.
So that brings Joshua up to 5. Johnny, I'm afraid you down to 2.
You know what it was in the game Super Mario Land, which is on the Game Boy. When you play that game as Mario, whenever you beat a level, and like, you know how they always do the thing like the princess in their castle or whatever, he says, "Oh Daisy, oh Daisy," and then she turns into like a monster.
Oh.
So he's rescuing Daisy. So that's why I'm like, oh, it's Daisy. I just immediately thought that because I used to always love that she would turn into like a fly monster when he was about to like kiss her, and she'd like fly hop away.
Is that your main Mario game growing up?
Well, no, but that's the one that I remember that like it said her name like every time I beat the stage. Oh, Daisy. Oh, Mario. And then she would turn into a terrible, I'm sure, monster. Yeah. So,
Right.
God, that sucks.
So,
Well, good job, man.
Joshua, that makes you the champion. I don't know how that works out, because when I come back next week, I mean...
You'll face me.
You're both champions at that point.
Okay,
And so,
all right. So are we just really close to each other with the same crown? Or, like, are we sharing it on our heads?
you guys both have one.
They Megazord.
Okay. Oh, that
merge.
makes more sense. There's just 2. Okay.
They merge. We merge.
Yeah, then you
crowns.
merge them into a better one. All right, guys. Well, that is our gamer trivia for the week. Hopefully you did well. Hopefully you didn't make stupid, idiotic mistakes like Johnny did. I could have won this one.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, you normally do. So, thank you for that.
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
All right. We are in our last full segment, games that have shaped us. So, there's always those classic games that we all love, but then there's those games that transcend that. They're just the games that really stood out in our childhood or at any point in our lives, to be honest. And they're kind of what we look at as like the pinnacle of gaming, what we look at as the game that defined a genre, defined an era of gaming for us. And we're going to talk about those games a little bit, just a couple each, and kind of go over them a little bit. So I guess I'll start. So we can do a couple each. We don't have to do 3, even though I said 3 in the notes. But one game I think that really solidified a lot for me, and it wasn't even the first of this genre I played, but I think it just did it so masterfully. And defined the RPG game for me. And there's Final Fantasy. There's my first game in the genre, which is Legend of Dragoon. There are those games. But this game, I think, it really brought home the JRPG for me, and that's Kingdom Hearts. I've talked about it before, but I really feel that Kingdom Hearts is just a huge matchup of everything good about JRPGs, from the mostly concise and fun story in the beginning anyway.
Yeah.
The combat is really fun. The characters are interesting. It brings a lot of lore from other places, but it makes it its own thing. So you don't really look at the characters as Disney characters. More so, you look at them more so as just characters in this world. And the character, more so than any, Sora, more so than in any other JRPG, is super likable. Like, super likable, upbeat, and normally they're downtrodden and emo-like and, woe is me.
Superman, Man of Steel.
Right, yeah, oh God. So, this is why I think Kingdom Hearts was big for me, and so far, after Kingdom Hearts 2, there really hasn't been any straight up RPG that I feel has eclipsed it for me.
Just wait till 2024.
2029 when Kingdom Hearts 3 finally gets revealed.
Right, not even released.
So you don't think it's coming next year?
Absolutely not.
As much as I'd like it to, I don't think so. All right, I will take the next one, and I have a feeling might also be Joshua's.
It won't be.
Okay, cool. Then I can talk about it. Honestly, talk about it every time video games come up, but Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time is a fantastic game. And I remember for the longest time, I had a neighbor that played it, and I just so happened to walk in, and he's, at the end of the Ganon fight. And so he's fighting this big monstrous thing. And I'm like, what game is this? What's this? And he's like, oh, it's Legend of Zelda. And I'm like, oh, Legend of Zelda's that stupid, dumb game. Whatever. And I get a 64, and I remember going to Target with my mom and seeing that gold box. And it's like game of the year for 2 years in a row. How the hell does a game be a game of the year for 2 years?
Right?
So
game to do it.
So I grabbed it, popped it in, and that game is just, it really showed me how expansive a game can be, and things that you need to do, and just fun items and how you can use them in different ways. And getting upon it was really cool. Not only are you running around in the field with a sword, but you can get a horse too. And like that game, I can talk about it forever. Dungeons and the puzzles and the weapons and the items, and still hate that water temple though.
I think everybody hates the water temple.
Still hate that water temple.
Nothing good. Did you have to cheat to pass it?
No, did not know there was a cheat.
I mean cheat meaning look it up.
Oh, I did have a guide. I had a Prima guide.
What's a Prima guide?
Yeah. Back in the day.
You mean a wiki?
No. People had stone tablets and they chiseled words and drew pictures. So that game is incredibly fun. Not to mention the ocarina and just the different songs that you can get that have different effects to the world, and you can use them in creative ways. And I mean, to get fire arrows, you just shoot an arrow into the sun and it just plops down. Like, who thinks of that? Fantastic game that I feel really kind of defined that action and adventure, puzzle.
Nice. Back to Prima though. What are these Prima guides? So they would give these out as free like pamphlets, or what is this?
Did
they not have them in your country, Johnny?
Along with cartoons and cereal?
And so they, rather than making a wiki, they gave these out for free at game stores?
No, they were often $20 to $25.
People paid for gaming guides.
What's a wiki?
Yes, people did pay for them back before there was a thing called the internet.
Wow, what a world.
What a world indeed.
They had a book dedicated to cheat codes, man.
Yeah,
tips and tricks.
Rest in peace, Brady Games and Prima.
You didn't own 99% of those games, but you bought a $7 book for cheat codes for the one game.
For one page.
You could have just looked through it and wrote it down yourself.
Yeah, Prima and Brady are now one company, by the way.
Really?
Yep.
Did not know that.
Because there's no market for what they're doing.
Yeah, I think that's why there's a lot of like collector's edition strategy guides and guidebooks.
It's the only way they make money now.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Joshua.
God, don't forget that day and night cycle, man.
The day and night cycle.
Yep. Watch out for them wolves that come out at night. There was a game that, looking back at it now, it wasn't really a turning point, but it really created a love for the RPG series for me. Similar to how Kingdom Hearts did it for you. It's actually my first RPG, and that was Final Fantasy Legend on the Game Boy.
Never even heard of it.
It's its own little spin-off series. You essentially start the game, you create 4 characters just like the original Final Fantasy. You have regular swordsman, you have a caster, and then you can pick between monsters. So you actually can see monsters in the game. What's weird about the monsters is sometimes after battle they drop meat, and if you're a monster character and you eat the monster food, you have the possibility of changing into a different monster. Not necessarily evolving, because you can be a weaker monster depending on the food you eat, but that was part of the system. And it's a challenging game. It really ramps up towards the end of the game, but it's really, it's fun. I just got it as a gift, and I was like, I don't know what this game is. And it was very hard to play at first. I'm probably 7, 8, 9, didn't know what the heck was going on. I dropped it. Eventually came back to it, gave it another shot, understood what the system was, understood the gameplay, and really grew a love for it. And I actually probably played it two or three times in a row. Nice music, and just the way that mechanics worked as a turn-based game. You take turns. My turn. I hit you. Oh, you're not dead? I'll let you hit me. I'll give you a shot. And then just having that mechanic, it really evolved for me how a different type of game is played, where it's not necessarily in real time. And being able to go wherever you want, but be limited to, a specific path. That was a game changer for me.
Nice.
I love JRPGs especially, and I can't wait till Octopath Traveler comes out, because that's another 16-bit era type of game with high-res graphics. So we shall see.
Cool. Okay, so at the end we'll go real quick into maybe one more game that shaped us. We'll talk about it just a couple sentences, but let's get into how do these specific games shape us? I mean, there's a ton of games that we can all mention, and you out there, you can mention as well that you love, that you can just list off that are great games. But like I said, these are games that we're talking about that shaped what we think about gaming going forward. So, how do those experiences really shape what you want as a gamer?
Well, I kind of dipped into it a bit, but Ocarina of Time showing me how expansive and how large a game can be. We've gone from so far from just the, turn on your Sega or your, NES, get as far as you can, but as soon as you turn it off, you gotta start over again, before save systems and everything. And to go from that to just this expansive world where you're going through worlds and different kind of environments and just taking what the game throws at you. You can go up to, Death Mountain, and, you have boulders and fire just dropping on you, and you got to watch out for. And no, that's not the one. I think Majora's Mask, you needed the expansion pack just to even play the game. But it really showed me how open a world and a game can be.
Nice. So it's funny. What I take away from it actually is different than what I'm going to say for kind of how I was shaped by my experience, but I think what I see from yours, and I felt this in other games, is that it's when you get that kind of experience you're talking about, that open world, the first time that you can say that this gaming experience is 100% singularly and individually your own. Like if you play Mario, it's the same game for everybody.
Yeah, everyone jumps over that same Goomba. Yeah. Everyone gets that, hits that red shell.
Exactly. And it's fun, but it's not your experience. It's not Garrett Laney. It's everybody. You can talk about it, but you did the same thing. In a game like that, with Zelda and other games like it, you make your story. You do what you want to do first. You have an experience that somebody else might 100% miss. And that, I think, is really cool.
Yeah.
So, yep. What do you got, JG?
For a game to have that much impact, really has to really hit and exceed your own expectations. Even if it's a game that you didn't even know anything about, just for that particular game to really surprise you or shock you or awe you or all of the above. And it really hits home where that was the experience that you had. As you just pointed out, everyone plays the same game, but that specific experience that you have relates to you. And especially, how nostalgia works is you have fond memories of something that you could always look back on, and you get this feeling like you're there. You get this feeling like, oh, I remember how I felt. That is something that has a lasting impression. And that particular moment is what shapes how we see games and how we actually play or would like to relive them.
Nice. Okay. So I think for me, in specific with Kingdom Hearts, and I really felt that it was a game that shaped me, because it was the first time a game that had almost transcended all its little parts and made something greater. You take these Disney things and this JRPG storyline and this kind of cookie cutter looking character. He's a spiky haired kid. How many of those are there in video games and Japanese, animation? And they made a story that I cared about, and they did it in a very different way, which was lighthearted and upbeat. And so many games don't do that. So I really appreciated the story and everything they did to make that world fully fleshed out. And it was the first time I had experienced a game like that and fully beat it and played it, where it was a unique story and very different from everything else I had played. I already played Final Fantasy. I'd already played Legend of Dragoon. I already played those games. The difference was, though, those games, they all feel very similar, and like there's a world-ending threat. We've got to hurry. Like, I've got my own problems, and woe is me. I'm this dark emo. It's just different, and I like that. And it was the first time it showed me that something can be so different and so fun, and yet still relate to me. That's kind of how I feel on that one. So how does that affect you going forward? So you've played that, you've experienced this maybe world shattering or genre altering game. I mean, how do you continue to enjoy games after that? It's going to be difficult to ever meet them.
That's a good question, especially pertaining to Ocarina of Time. There's memes all over the internet saying, every game after this will be a slight disappointment. And to an extent, that is true, because I'll never get that experience again. I expect it now. It can't be new to me.
Right.
So, I mean, the only way, I don't think games can continue to do that. But there are a lot of fun and interesting mechanics that games going forward can do. For instance, Super Mario Odyssey, how much fun you can have with Cappy and just throwing your hat onto an enemy and like, okay, I have these abilities now. And that's something that isn't normally done. I mean, Kirby's done it for years, but you can really kind of take that experience and do it your own way. It's not, I've eaten this enemy, I can do this and only go so far. In Super Mario Odyssey, you can grab an enemy from one end of the world, go over to the other side, not a different land, but, opposite, from where you are. And you can really kind of just explore that world from the enemy's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So there's plenty of things that games can still do, to be fun, but will I ever get that kind of same excitement and joy? Probably not.
Okay.
You bring up a really good point where game mechanics can still be new and fresh, but the experiences that we have already experienced may not come back. And I believe that is true in a lot of cases because there's so many games that have been out for years and years and years, decades, that we've, especially us as gamers, us three particularly, have experienced the peak of most of these games at one point in time. Like, what fighting game is going to be better than Smash Brothers as far as that type of game? Like, we've already experienced the pinnacle. We've already been wowed a couple times. Smash Brothers on the Wii U still wowed us with how it can really dynamically change gameplay and make it clean and fun. I don't think there's going to be a game like that better than that.
Just the next Smash Brothers, just that.
True, yeah, but that's kind of what he's saying, is that Smash Brothers, that's being the pinnacle, at least to us three, when it comes to that kind of 4-player brawler. Or 1v1 brawler, says Johnny, and I think the majority really like.
Yes.
But, so many people have tried it and they honestly can't hit that same kind of feeling that Smash Brothers can. Will it ever happen again?
Yeah.
Other than just Smash Brothers bringing in, maybe not so much new mechanics, but they can only bring in new items, new stages, and new characters. That's all they can really do.
Yeah, and to wrap up my point, specifically with this example, we've been wowed with Smash Brothers 3 out of 4 times. First game blew our minds. My brother was amped on that game. We had a lot of fun. Melee completely changed how that game works, mechanically and just how it's played. Brawl was And then we have Smash 4 that kind of revitalized the game again. So we've been wowed 3 different times in this same franchise. How are they going to do it again? And that's kind of the trick, right? Can they do it again? And then we take that with all these other games, and it's very challenging as a game developer to come up with something new and fresh and still try to give us that wow factor. And they're trying, but we'll see if we can be wowed again. I'm looking forward to seeing all these new games coming up within the next year if they'll be able to do that.
Yeah, I agree with you guys for the most part. I think with every game that you play that might be great or even really good, those games that stand out though, those are the ones that you continue to look forward to new games to kind of emulate. So like you talked about, you can't ever hit the pinnacle, but whether or not you hit the pinnacle, I think what you're looking for is the same sort of experience. So if you really had a great time with Final Fantasy or Legend of Zelda or Mass Effect or BioShock or whatever your game was, going forward, that has shaped you to now want more experiences like that. Even if you can't necessarily meet them, my point is that you will now look for other games like that to continue to play. We've all worked retail at one point in time, and I've had many conversations with customers who walked in and they were like, "Hey, I want a game like this game."
Mm-hmm.
Well, why do they say that? Because they love this sort of format and they want it again, regardless of if it'll hit a pinnacle or not. They just want that experience because they like doing that thing.
They gotta get that high again.
Yeah, and I think when you hit a game that does that to you forever on, or until maybe the next great game changes it, you now want that same experience. At this point in my life, I forever want another Mass Effect. You know, I want another Dead Space. I want something like that. And maybe some other great game will change what I want for the time. But yeah, those games shape what you want going forward, I think.
Yeah, it kind of molds you.
Yeah, it
I
really
agree.
does.
I think Nintendo fans this year are getting a taste of that. Zelda, Mario Odyssey, Splatoon, ARMS, great games. Hopefully Xenoblade. I think the last time we've really been wowed by a bunch of games within a 2-year time span is the launch of the 360. We got Mass Effect, we got Lost Odyssey, we got Gears, we got BioShock. Like, there was an incredible amount of brand new IPs that launched within that first 2 years that floored players that had those, because those were exclusive titles.
Yep.
Sony had them as well, but I think Microsoft just really blew up in that first 2 years.
But that brings up something kind of interesting, is how many more times can there be a new IP? You know, so many times companies just want to build off what they already have.
Okay.
How can we, going forward, how can we still get new IPs and new experiences?
That's a good question. And it's a little off topic, but I think we should cover that in another segment. But just to answer the question just really quickly, I think the thing that's going to change is that, you know, we are living in a period where we've experienced the beginning to now. But many people coming up have never done that. So they started off with Xbox One 3 years ago. They're 10 years old. They don't know about any of the other games. They just bring back old properties or other options. But I think actually that might be a topic for next week. So we'll put a push pin in. That's a good question.
All right.
Last thing, one more game that shaped you. Just a couple sentences.
So a little late in the game, but the Arkham Asylum, or I guess just the Arkham series, that really kind of showed off that Metroidvania kind of beat 'em up and stealth. There's so much you can do in that game, and your experience in that game, how you take enemies out, how you know where you want to go, what you want to experience, that is all yours.
Yeah, the Batman Arkham game, just to be clear.
Yes, was that not?
You said Arkham, but some people, you know, maybe not have.
Maybe they're thinking Batman Begins or
they just
Batman
don't
Dark
know-
Tomorrow.
If they don't know the game, look up Arkham. They're like, what's Arkham?
Sorry,
You know, so-
yeah.
No worries. Nice. Those are great games.
They're like Injustice. For me, there's a lot of games that we should probably just do like a side podcast on like favorite games like of all time.
Yeah.
Gears of War. I did not own an Xbox 360 at the time. That was the game that made me buy an Xbox 360. My brother played it and I watched it and I was like, it looks okay. Went to my buddy's house, on their like 55-inch TV, played that co-op. And I jumped in the middle of the game. So the first experience that I had was watching the game. And the first time you see the Berserker, you're trying to escape the Berserker. I'm like, the hell is this game? And I jumped in, like, they couldn't finish it. So I'm like, okay, what do? I kept dying because I'd never played this game before. And from that moment on, I said, okay, this weekend I'm going to go buy an Xbox 360.
Nice.
And couch co-op, multiplayer, just a crazy game that changed a lot of what we did in third-person shooters, especially the cover system. And that was mind-blowing at the time.
Nice. For another game that really shaped me, there's a lot, but I'm going to say Mass Effect. Mass Effect 2 specifically, I really enjoyed just the choice or the element of choice to give you. The stakes were so high. They made you feel like you were in this game, that everything that you did mattered. Even if it didn't, even if they railroaded you, you felt like it mattered.
I mean, just the mechanics in that game were much better.
Yeah, so that would be mine, and I've looked for another experience like that, and I have not found it 100% yet. So hopefully BioWare brings something new in their new IP.
Can I share something real quick?
Really quick, Joshua.
Did you see the Mass Effect trailer like a year and a half exclusive to Xbox 360 before the game came out?
No, I probably didn't.
Okay, that I'll talk about it another time. I just want to know if you did.
I did
It's
not.
kind of a moot point if you didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. All right, guys. Well, that is our piece on the games that shaped us. What game shaped you? What are your favorite games that you've continued to look for something similar and wanted to emulate? Give us some emails about it, and we'd like to read them on air next week. scspodcast.com is where you can do that, or email us contact@scspodcast.net. All right, guys, it's time for the speed run. So every week we'll break down 10 news stories and fun facts that didn't quite make the list for a full segment. We give ourselves 1 minute per topic before we move on to the next one. Finished or not. Gotta go fast.
Running out of time.
In the speed run. The live-action Mulan movie has cast its Mulan. The character will be played by Li Yifei, also known apparently as Crystal Liu. She was also in films such as The Forbidden Kingdom and Ip Man 3. So I took a look at this and I saw some shots of her. I think she's gonna play the role pretty well. She looks like Mulan. I actually did watch Ip Man 3. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about her acting chops. You know, it's going to be a very different type of film than Ip Man, but it's a great casting choice as far as her look.
I don't have much to really say about this. I'm just, me being a Disney fan, looking forward to the next Disney movie.
She definitely looks the part. Now, I don't remember. Did they say Mulan they were going to try to not make a musical out of it and just be a straight movie?
They said is not going to be a musical, yes.
Okay.
This is correct.
So it's just going to be the Mulan story without all the Disney themes and tropes.
I mean, there are like, 3 songs?
There's
Two.
one notable one.
There's like 3 songs. Yeah, there's not very many. But
Yeah, it can definitely be done without
I would have
music.
appreciated a song or two.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
throw
it's always that kind of Disney little sparkle.
Yeah, throw Be a Man in there. You gotta have Be a Man in there.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
sure there will be a joke about it. There will be a nod to it
Get
for
up.
sure.
There will
Be a Man.
Next. Do you have Alexa in your home? And do you still play Destiny 2? You can now use Alexa to utilize in-game commands in Destiny 2, such as changing your loadouts with just a command of your voice.
I don't care.
I don't have an Alexa.
I mean, this is cool that you're integrating it with video games, but it's also dumb because I think it's kind of quicker.
You know what should have done this? Your Connect
Yeah,
that you already have because you bought the system and they shoved it down your throat.
and now they've canceled the thing. No one's gonna use this, man. Who's gonna use this?
I don't think anybody's gonna use it.
I think the only time voice commands were actually useful in the game is, I don't remember which one it was, but one of the Splinter Cells. You can hide and you can just go like, hey over here,
That was
and
Conviction.
distract. Which one?
I think that was Conviction.
Conviction.
I remember that as
360.
well.
I
Yeah.
mean, other than that, like just saying something to change a setting, it doesn't have the same kind of feeling.
It doesn't. I don't care about this. I don't even know if I want one of those like voice activated boxes in my home. I don't see a use for it.
Yeah, and you're playing online or playing with...
Next.
Are you cereal? Nintendo announces a partnership with Kellogg's and is releasing a new cereal on December 11th. This box of cereal will have amiibo functionality with Super Mario Odyssey to get extra coins and hearts in-game.
This is actually pretty cool. I don't care much for the amiibo part of it. I just want some Mario cereal.
I mean, I don't know, it looks like a Lucky Charms kind of ripoff.
I've already
Yes.
told you guys that cereal's not good for you. Stop eating it. Stop it.
But they're shoving it in my face and it's got Mario on the box
And
and I
it's
can
and
scan my box.
It's
I
rich
shove-
in sugar.
It'll turn your milk different colors.
If I shove a box of poo in your face, you can eat that.
It's not tasty.
Have you tried poo?
Have you?
Maybe.
I mean, how else would she know it's not tasty? It very well could be.
Smells pretty bad.
Yeah, it does.
Cereal does not smell that bad, except maybe Wheaties.
Do you think stores will allow one person to buy all 30 boxes?
No
Probably.
One, no one's gonna do that.
I bet you people will, and they're going to try to sell it online.
Are they limited? They're limited.
This is going to be a limited,
A limited run.
edition
Oh,
cereal. Yeah.
I didn't know this. Yeah, I don't want these. I'll buy a box for you and then burn it.
No, no, wow.
Dang. Next.
Profound, sad.
The popular anime series My Hero Academia will be getting a battle action game on the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4. A trailer will debut sometime next month. As much as I love My Hero Academia, this isn't going to work.
No? I think this is actually pretty a good idea. Well,
mean-
a battle action game or a fighting game?
I've just been burned, either one, but I've been burned too many times by them trying to bring an anime to video games and them fail miserably to think that this is going to be a success.
You're telling me that you don't think a My Hero Academia fighting game would be fun?
Could it be fun? Yes. Will it be done right? Probably not.
Have you played any of the Naruto games?
They're okay. They're okay.
They'll probably be somewhere along that vein.
Yeah. That's
I mean,
true.
is that single player? Those Uzumaki?
There's
No, there's
some
there,
whatever.
there are
fighting.
Ninja Storm. There we go.
there's some pieces in it that are one player, but it's mostly a fighting game.
Okay, I just think with the vast amount of characters. Next. Reports from The Wrap have surfaced that David S. Goyer, the writer behind the Dark Knight trilogy, Man of Steel, and Batman vs. Superman, he has a lot under his belt, a lot of good stuff, maybe, no, is in talks with Sony to direct the upcoming He-Man movie. Goyer also has written the most recent script for the film, which will release late 2019.
Stop giving this man work! Stop giving him work, please!
I love that enthusiasm. Do it again.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
This man has
That was awesome.
Yes, your movies are making money, but
Are
everybody
they?
then they are like maybe not Man of Steel, but BVS make good money.
And Dark Knight was good.
Do you know why it made money though?
I mean, I'm just saying, I get it from the movie studio standpoint. You're making me money. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
But people are like so divided on your films.
People aren't looking at EA that way. They're
Yeah.
not making them money right now.
I'm curious to see if this is going to be more adult themed versus catering to the younger audiences now that don't know who He-Man is.
Yeah, I think it would be a poor decision to make this for children when all the children who adored He-Man and even know him are adults. They're
Mhm.
40 and 50.
I mean, he's had a couple of comebacks.
Such as?
Well, I mean, they had a new He-Man series in like 2003 or something like that.
Yeah, how'd that do?
I guess it did all right.
Is this? I never heard of this. It may have had
Well,
a
you don't
season?
have a TV in your country, so or cartoons.
Fair
Give
enough.
me a badass Skeletor.
It could have been death if they found me with my smuggled TV.
But
Where'd you smuggle it?
I don't know. Next,
In less than 1 month's time, Thor Ragnarok has surpassed $800 million. Will Disney have another billion-dollar film to add to its resume?
Yes, they will,
and many more.
to your
and
point,
many more.
Okay, yeah. Happy birthday.
yeah, and as you always say, Johnny, this doesn't matter.
I don't say that often. I don't think that's not one of my catchphrases.
Regarding how much movies make, it tends to be because, well, with inflation and
Yeah.
Okay, I
ticket
do say that
sales
with
and
this.
all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you look at if you compare it to Titanic, which did it one of the first times, the amount of money if you put Titanic's money from back then into inflated numbers now, it's made way more.
Oh yeah,
It's just easier to get to $1 billion. But that's good for Thor because Thor was one of the worst of the bunch, and now
yeah, to have that be one of their biggest
yeah,
movies, that's pretty good. That shows that they can come back from Dark World.
Yep.
Nobody knows.
you did it right.
What's it called? Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
from Ragnarok,
evil elves
From the edge of Ragnarok.
moon space
Yeah.
elves.
blue giants.
will this mean it has good word of mouth?
This means
People-
next,
Cut me off.
Margot Robbie claims.
Margot.
I said it right,
You said Margot.
but there's a T there,
There
so
sure is Johnny.
Margot Robbie claims that a standalone Harley Quinn film besides Gotham City Sirens and Suicide Squad 2 is in production.
Why am I not surprised?
They're really going a whole. So now, based on her words, this has been in production for over 2 years already. So they went whole hog on her and this universe before Suicide Squad even had success. They didn't know.
they don't care. They're just gonna make movies and hope for the best. They're not making movies like this is a good product that's gonna make money. They're just making movies like, oh, put this name on it.
Let's make some money.
Yeah, and that's not a good.
I mean,
that's not good for the fans.
Yeah, to be fair to her, she's not a bad Harley.
she's been the only Harley.
Right, but I'm talking about in what you expect from Harley Quinn and the other iterations of her. She's not bad, but is she worth putting all this money into just on a whim?
Yeah,
I don't know.
but if
Does Harley have enough stuff for her own movie?
Yeah, I think so for sure.
She
She's got a
can.
lot of backstory that you can delve into.
But if this is 2 years in the making, I'm pretty sure they scrapped most of the movie after Suicide Squad and what people have seen to like.
It'll lose a director a couple times.
Have they even given a director yet?
If they do, they'll lose.
David S. Goyer.
him. He's probably writing it.
Damn.
Next. In an upcoming update, Final Fantasy XV will allow you to swap characters during the game. This means you can play as Glady, Ignis, or Prompto at any time, and each will have their own unique moves for their character.
They get nicknames too, Garrett. Iggy and Prompty.
I do like Iggy. But I really wish this was in when the game first released, because I would give a damn, maybe not much of a damn, but I'd give a damn about the DLC.
This is really cool. This is a really cool thing to have, but too little, too late for the average person that's already finished the game. Probably didn't like the game on the average to go back into it to replay it to play as different characters.
I mean, the game came out, what, a year ago?
has it?
It was
Oh, wow.
November, right? It
was
came
last
out
year.
last November.
Wow, I can't. Wow,
And now
doesn't feel that long.
now play as other characters in your game.
This is the problem with DLC. Just make your game all at once, give us everything, and then we will appreciate it more.
I don't think this was planned when they released the game.
No
though.
way.
No,
No way.
absolutely not.
But that's the problem.
Then again, maybe it was because that's why the DLC characters have moves already. Like they already have animations and
Yeah.
and move lists that you can already use.
Individual DLC content for them.
Yeah,
I mean, it takes a long time to play as
that's what 5 times you've been cut off.
every time. Damn it, every time. But it's my turn again. Nintendo Switch is reportedly
Next. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, go ahead.
man.
sorry.
In other news, the Nintendo Switch was reportedly the best-selling product on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Well done, Nintendo.
Clap,
Screw you, Garrett.
clap. Sorry.
That's pretty cool.
It's
Pretty
good,
cool.
it's good.
That's a big deal.
It is.
I mean, that means they're in stock. People can get them.
Yeah. So what this means is Johnny doesn't want to talk about it because
No,
he's kind of
It's
I have a Switch now, so get off my back.
at least talk about this.
I had no opportunity to do so before you started telling me I didn't want to
Come
talk
on,
about
Johnny,
it.
hurry up. Talk about it.
All right, so really quick, what does that really mean? Does it mean that it was the highest selling percentage-wise? Like, let's say if they had 100,000 of them, they sold out, so it sold 100% of its quantity. Does that mean that's best-selling, or is it pure amount? Because I'm sure that something else sold more. It was probably that they sold out.
No, it's probably total units sold.
Absolutely not. More TVs were sold for sure than Switches.
This is strictly probably console.
Well,
Video games.
was it more like Samsung TVs? Was it more Sony TVs? I'm pretty sure it's breaking it down that way.
Possibly.
Where
but
the Switch sold more than a Sony TV.
I guarantee that there were more like iPods sold than Switches. But just
Do they
there's
even
a
make
mil-
iPods anymore?
Yeah, they do. For sure they do. But there's more iPods. Let's say there's 100 million iPods, so they only sold 10% compared to they sold every Switch possible.
This is probably just exclusive
Next.
video games.
Not my fault, man. Stranger Things has been confirmed for season 3.
Can't cut me off if I don't talk. I'm done.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, since you haven't watched any of Stranger Things at all, you probably don't have
Yeah,
much
let's
to say.
get into this, Garrett. So where are they gonna go?
It's okay. They're definitely gonna go with 8. We're gonna figure out more about her and her group. It would be. I don't remember. Did they leave off the Demogorgon? Were there any kind of
At the
cliffhangers?
End, yeah, at the end they just show like the upside down, and they show like the giant Demogorgon. Not the Mind Flayer.
Yes. Okay. So
I think they'll tie into
look
that.
forward to that. Maybe we'll spend more time in the upside down.
I don't think so. I think we're gonna see. Crap, we don't have much time. I think that we're gonna see more of the other numbers with powers.
Yeah. There's at least 11 of them.
Yeah, some probably have been killed, but they're probably
There's at least 8.
yeah, there's at least 8. I know some have been killed. So that's where we're at with that. And
End. No, my end. You don't end after end, Garrett.
all right, well that is what we've got for our speed run. Give us topics, quick topics for next week, guys. You know how to do that. Contact at scspodcast.net, and we'll read them on air for you. All right, it's time for Name the Game. 3 video games, 2 competing hosts, and clues that lead to the correct answers. Use your wits, match the clues, and name the game. All right, I believe Joshua won last week
I did.
by the skin of, like, just by a syllable.
That's all it takes.
It is.
Too slow.
So I lost. You're too slow. All right, I lost. So it's my week. Number 1.
Gary, you better not skunk me again.
This game is completely black and white.
Mad World.
No,
Pass.
more black than white.
Noir.
Nope.
Wait. What?
What? I don't know. Killer 7.
Nope. Your life hangs in the balance between life and death.
It's that one title that's escaping us. I know you know it, and you know I know it.
Okay, we'll have to keep going until we get it. One of us gets it.
Mutual pass. I see us looking at it.
An exclusive Xbox 360 title when it released.
Limbo.
Ding,
Damn
ding,
it.
ding. You got it. Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, that's 1 for Garrett. 0 for Joshua.
I think everybody knows that. Thanks, John.
All right, question 2. This game would be the cousins of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Battletoads.
So easy, and yet you guys both waited. Yes, super easy. I was giving you one. You just
I had the answer in my head, but I wanted to see if there was anything
no, just
close to it.
Just that.
I can't believe you did Battletoads twice. Okay.
I've done Battletoads twice.
You did
Yes,
do
you have.
Battletoads
I've done
twice.
Battletoads before.
Yes, you have.
It was the hardest side-scrolling beat 'em up ever.
Oh, now
That's alright.
I feel bad.
Mm.
All right. Well, that's 2 for Garrett. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I didn't get it. I didn't get it, but
Yep. All right. Question 3. This is considered one of the worst fighting games of all time.
Wu-Tang.
No,
Fighting Shaolin.
no,
Worst fighting games of all time, huh? I don't know. Sonic 3D Fighter? Sonic Gem Fighter?
no. This game has only been on the PlayStation 1.
Guys.
Nope.
Oh, I didn't play PlayStation 1 games. Mortal Kombat something.
Nope. This game requires you to be a master.
Star Wars Master of Kai something. Khaleesi?
If Joshua can get the rest, I'll give him his opportunity. If not, then you got it.
Star Wars Master of the Kalile.
Nope. I'll give that. You guys aren't going to get it, so I'll give that to you, Garrett. Star Wars Masters of Terrakase. Yep.
I knew there was a K there somewhere.
Yep. All right. Well, that is a clean sweep there.
You smell that?
Yeah, smells like
Smells like victory.
I'm gonna hold myself. I'm gonna be nice.
You can't be mad at me. You can't be mad at me. I gave good clues. You guys couldn't get. You guys all had a chance to get Limbo. I did remember I did Battletoads before, so that's my bad.
Yeah, it's hard to remember what each person has done, and we've done this a couple times. It's 3 every time.
We need to start like making a Excel sheet with this.
I've already started, but I don't have Excel.
Or if like someone, if a crazy cool listener wants to help us and like, you know,
That is a crazy cool. That's a squad member right there.
yeah, you get a shout out every week. Collate that list so we don't do this again, and Joshua won't be ready to punch me. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you did better than, well, I guess Joshua, since he's the only one that got him wrong.
I think we all know that, Johnny. You don't need to point out all the faults every time we play this game. Gosh dang it. I will see you next week. I'm going to bring it.
All right, guys. It's time for listener mail, where we read your mail and you listen to the mail that you gave us. All right. So Garrett, you want to go ahead and read email number 1?
Email number 1 is a response to last week's listener question, which Joshua found out by looking at the table in front of us.
You don't know that?
We absolutely know that.
You just happen to have a Hulkbuster in your table, on your table.
Last week's question was, Joshua,
if you could have any type of character as a Hulkbuster, what would it be?
Email number 1 is from Jeremy. Jeremy says, definitely Hulkbuster. Imagine the Hulk in a giant Hulkbuster Iron Man suit. Just saying those words sounds ridiculous, but man, the power.
So the power of the Hulk behind the power of a Hulkbuster? Is that like Hulk squared?
I mean, that'd be a pretty powerful combo.
My concern is, would the Hulkbuster be able to withstand the Hulk inside it?
I mean, I think so.
Like, if the Hulk punches, is the punch from the suit going to withstand the force?
Yeah.
I think so.
You think it's strong enough to?
I mean, if you make it for if Tony Stark's fragile human body can get in his Iron Man suit and, you know, fight the Hulk.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, if he can do that, then I'm sure that they can design one that helps the Hulk.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Would they want to give him that much power, considering they exiled him to another planet?
Well,
that's not how it worked.
Well, it does it in the Marvel comic continuity. They
okay.
send him away to Sakaar.
The Illuminati.
Yep. But maybe not. But still a cool idea.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
So good
How's
job,
it
Jeremy.
going? Sun's going down.
Sun's getting real low.
It's getting real low.
Everything's okay. All right. So thank you for that, Jeremy. Next email, please, Joshua.
Emails from Tori. Email number 2. Tori says, Super Mario. This is Hulkbuster as well. Super Mario in his very own Hulkbuster suit. And when he gets a mushroom, he and the suit will get even larger. Bowser would never again have the guts to steal the princess.
See, I was like, okay, yeah, Mario in the Hulkbuster suit's probably like 3 feet tall. But then getting the mushroom and both of them becoming super, that's a scary thought.
Yeah.
Just stomping on Goomba. Not even stomping on Goombas, just breathing.
Obliterating them. Or imagine when he starts getting like his power-ups and then that enhances the suit more, like the fire, you know.
Yeah,
fire
like
flower.
weapon systems now. Weapon systems unlocked.
Weapon systems online.
Well, if that means if you're a normal size and you take too much damage, are now you just small Mario Buster?
I guess. Oh yeah.
Like it's just Mario in like an Iron Man suit.
He gets hit one time, the suit just demorphs again.
Oh man, getting a star.
Oh my gosh, yeah, getting a star in this suit.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's
Like heavy metal thrash music.
It just reminds me of like that power up in I think New Super Mario Brothers, where you get that giant mushroom and you just start walking and just obliterating any obstacle in the way.
Yeah.
Like that's just the Hulkbuster at all times.
Yep. All right, well, thank you, Tori. All right, so what will we pick for our own Hulkbuster versions?
Batman.
See, I knew someone was going to do that, so I didn't even think of that.
But that, well, if you didn't think of it,
Well, I didn't want to say is what I mean.
Oh, well, that would be a lot of cool tech to put on a Hulkbuster suit. Like a lot of tech.
Actually, I only know New 52, but I mean, didn't they like end up forging some crazy Hulk Batbuster? Like it was like they forged it. Superman forged the material in the sun or something like that, and Diana got some ancient
so
warrior tech.
The iron was like molded in the sun, and then Wonder Woman being a Greek god in New 52 continuity,
Like blessed it or something.
she had Hephaestus like make it, and then Green Lantern did something. Everyone did something to it. It was called the Hellbat.
The Hellbat, yeah. That was pretty cool.
It was a armor that that gave him power of pretty much Superman. He could go head to head with Darkseid.
Darkseid, yeah, he was going to Apokolips to retrieve Damian's body.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was actually really cool.
If I couldn't have Batman, I would do
You
a
could get one.
Oh. Well, then don't put it down, John. Like, I would have thought of that, but that was just too obvious.
Well, I didn't think it was too obvious. I said I knew someone else would already do it, so I let you guys do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I had a backup in case you did it.
Yep. All right. I had one and I kind of forgot.
And Joshua took it.
Well, no. I had one and we started chit chatting and kind of forgot. Let me see. There was a really good one. Wow.
Start looking around the garage, John.
I mean, I guess I'll take a page out of Joshua's book and look around the garage.
I literally just said that. It's not a page if I just told you the cover.
No, I know who I'm going to pick. You ready for this?
Nope.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
Rick and Morty.
You only get one.
Rick.
A Rick Buster.
Yeah, a Rick Buster suit?
Oh no, I think we called him Morty Buster then.
It would be good. Morty, get in the Morty Buster suit.
Oh man, I just imagine like part of the design is just green drool or something like that. Yeah, the vomit.
Yeah, a Rick suit would be sick.
Built-in portal.
Oh my gosh, he would go off on people, man.
He already does.
Yeah, he already does. Oh my gosh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
That's a cool one. Mine is not. I don't know. Because I'm thinking like Lucina. Like I want like a Hulkbuster, but more kind of like refined. Not a big hulking machine. More like a power armor maybe, but like with a sword character.
Like lithe and kind of like form fitting and like
yes,
not a hulking monster, just something that's giving you more power.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a small Gypsy Danger.
Okay.
But with a sword. So like Lucina, Marth, Fire Emblem character.
I get you.
I think that'd be really cool.
Okay, cool. Nice. All right. Well, those are our responses. Thank you, Jeremy, Tori, for your emails. We appreciate it. We had a few others. We only do 2 a week, so we'll get to them next week, guys. Thank you for that. So next week's listener question. Let's see.
Boom, 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 boom.
That'd be a nice little piece right here.
Always with the
All right. If you could have, let me see. Okay. If you could have your little brother or little sister be any video game character, which one would you turn them into?
So like we grew up as it's my sibling, but then I somehow come across some ancient artifact to transform them.
Sure. Maybe they just came out different and they're whoever you chose. You could,
Well, my question is like, do me and my sibling already have a history and then something happens?
No.
Is it just I choose some...
They're born that way and that's
gotcha.
just who they are.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you choose that for them. And that's our listener question for next week. You can email us, contact@scspodcast.net to give us your responses, guys. All right. So our last segment, in-game boss fight. So at the end of every show, we'll talk about what's going on with us outside the world of the podcast. And of course, give each other in-game bosses to defeat or figure out how to get past. For the next episode, we'll also talk about what we did to defeat last week's boss. All right, so Joshua, you gave me the Queen of Hearts. I have to beat her in a game of
cricket or crochet.
croquet.
Croquet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Crockett.
crochet now.
And you know,
Crochet battle?
the game is stacked against me because I'm playing with stupid flamingos and hedgehogs who don't help me win. So if I win, I get my head cut off. If I lose, I get my head cut off most likely. Here's what I do. I just put the moves on that woman. Just put the old Johnny Mac charm on her. And then she won't want to kill me. She'll want to date me. And you know what? It's a better life than getting my head cut off.
I gotta say, I didn't expect that answer, but I should have.
At this point now, you guys think I'm unorthodox? People that know me think I say unorthodox stuff? Johnny, you've come up with the most unorthodox and ridiculous ways to end your boss fights.
Hey, girl,
And-
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
At this point, it never is about the subject matter. It's always something completely different.
I'm finding
He-
out of the
he's-
box ways to live.
He's unorthodox. He gets the job done.
Them hearts look real good.
Apparently, he is getting
Girl.
the job done.
You got one more heart to add to your collection. Mine.
Mm.
Off with my head. Nah, girl. Off to the bed.
Okay, all right. That was on the spot. I give him props.
Off with his other head.
Jeez, man.
How was your week?
My week was, it was good.
He's alive.
Yeah, I am alive. We had an impromptu movie we watched Lady Bird. Getting crazy. Everyone's going crazy because it's got like the highest Rotten Tomato score of all time.
Angelica really wanted to watch that.
Yeah, it was a very good movie. It's one of those movies where there's nothing like crazy good. It's not like there's high stakes or like a crazy set piece or, you know, something outlandish. It was just a good story about a family and how they live their lives like normal people. And those are sometimes the best stories, you know, and just their accomplishments, their failures, their successes. And you see every character in that movie is fully fleshed out. It feels like a very realistic world, and everyone has their own. It's not like you're looking at one character and following them, and everyone else is just there. They exist for the main character. They all have their own ideas, and even those who had very little screen time, they mattered. What happened on screen for them mattered, and you can see the perspective and the flaws and everything of all the characters. So yeah, I definitely think you guys should watch it.
So would you say it's deserving of its Rotten Tomato score?
I mean, at this point now, I feel like people are just trying to make it, you know, be better than Toy Story 2, and they're just giving it a good score. But is it a great film? I think it's a great film. I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Is it animated?
No, it's
No.
it's live action, just a drama.
I think that's a lot of the internet now. It's just you don't even so much believe in I guess the review or the thoughts, but so many other people are doing it. You just add to that. For instance, second time I'm bringing it up in the podcast, EA, and it's downvotes on Reddit. Most downvotes in the history of Reddit. People are just downvoting it just to downvote it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
People are just
make that
going-
number bigger.
Exactly. They're weeks later still going back and downvoting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at that point, I don't think people are really forming their own opinion. They just talk bad because everyone else is talking
Yeah,
bad.
they just-
Absolutely.
You just want to see it do well.
Yeah.
Or do
They
bad.
just want to see the world burn.
Exactly. That's like the greatest quote from that movie. It honestly is.
I don't know. I'm a fan of if you leave Master Wayne, don't bother coming back.
That's not the same movie, but it's the same trilogy.
Yeah, no.
But
Yeah.
that's okay.
No, that was complete sarcasm. Alfred would never do that.
Yeah, he never would.
Stupid David
Yep.
Goyer.
And
But he didn't.
then other than that, our D&D session, I think yesterday was a lot of fun. I'm sure Garrett might have a couple words on that, but that's my week.
All right. Let's see.
Garrett's got a list of things, apparently.
No, I'm going to my boss fight.
He's preparing for his fight.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun,
So last week, Johnny, you gave me the occupation, the job, the Walmart greeter, against zombies in the flood. I believe it was on Black Friday.
But like 2008 Black Friday, like when it was like at its highest height.
Okay. All right. So what do I do? Now, just a quick question for the setting. Are there currently regular people in the Walmart already? Like, are there living non-flooded people?
The only workers are just you and the regular human workers, and then y'all about to open the doors.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then the flood comes in.
Okay.
Literally.
All right.
Pun intended.
This is what I do. I go up to the door it's locked because, we're not open yet. I go up to the door and I just close the shutters and the sign still says closed and I go home.
I
How do you go home?
in
The back.
any other situation where if you worked anywhere else, I'd say no, but That seems like something a Walmart, employee might do.
Like,
Just-
no,
No, we know open.
not today.
That's a viable thing someone at Walmart might actually do.
Yeah, I'll just say we're not open. Yeah.
Does your Walmart have shutters? Most Walmarts don't.
Or, he just,
Well, I mean, they have like that chain gate that comes down.
Not the ones that I live by.
some do, but just completely ignoring your customers and their needs is about right. So, ace on you for keeping that in continuity.
Yeah.
The role play was real.
Yeah.
They-
Speaking of role playing.
They ain't paying me enough for this.
Exactly. Speaking of role playing, yes, D&D, Dungeons and Dragons session, very fun. It's always interesting to hear, not so much what we missed out on, but Johnny, you being our DM, and you giving us the campaign,
lead-ins,
the
yeah.
story, and everything, and we go on a completely different tangent than what you expect. Is one of my favorite things about Dungeons and Dragons, and how just the resolutions and the answers we come up with. For instance, there was the I guess bar scene or there was a fight, and we had a competition with just regular NPCs and random people, and they had lost, and so before they leave, the person in charge of the competition just throws some bags of money on the ground and says, if you want to earn the more money, defeat the people that defeated you in the competition, being the party.
Mm-hmm.
And me just going, you just giving them a choice. They're just, you can grab the money and die, or leave the money and live. And like, there's like 5-6 people, and like 4 of them are like, yeah, okay, yeah, you have the money. And 2 of them are like, no, we're gonna fight. And then another member, just a cleric who's not in it for the money, but wants the well-being of the people, just says, you guys might just want to leave. I don't want to see anything bad happen to you. And they're like, okay, yeah. We just completely just devoid a fight. You were like, oh, that's supposed to be like a 15-minute fight. We just BS'd our way out of it and made some money.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun just seeing the interactions you guys make, the choices, and it's just it's fun creating this narrative in this world as one group. And I really have no idea what you guys are going to do. And a couple times I'm like, that was, I never considered that as an option. So yeah, it's been fun, man.
Yeah. So definitely looking forward, to our next session. A lot of fun. In video game related stuff, I mentioned that I bought Fractured But Whole and didn't play it because it came with Stick of Truth. I've beaten Stick of Truth.
Damn.
And I'm 12 hours into Fractured But Whole.
Do you sleep, man?
So no.
You work like 12 hours a day.
Not recently. No, I've not gotten any sleep.
12 hours of work, 12 hours of gameplay a day, and no sleep.
It was a accumulation, the 12 hours.
I've designed a system using mirrors where I can play while I'm using the restroom.
Do you even eat, bro?
Yeah.
I designed a system where the machine feeds me as I play the games.
Bother him! So at first I was really kind of hesitant on Fractured But Whole's new combat system. It's a lot more, not necessarily Fire Emblem, but there's positioning plays a big part of it. It's not, turn based.
Yeah, you have lanes, right?
Yeah, there's lanes and columns, rows and columns, and different attacks have a different kind of area of effect. Some go straight forward, some go to the side, some are in kind of like a pyramid form. And it was very different, and I'm like, I don't know, like, I just kind of missed I take my turn, you take your turn, and I time my attacks to do more damage. That's still a thing. You can still time your attacks to do more damage, but there's so many more effects that your moves can do. There's knockbacks, and there's, you can freeze enemies so they lose a turn. A really cool thing I actually like about it is with the knockback system, if you knock an enemy into a teammate, then that they also attack when the enemy hits them, so it does more damage. Same thing if you knock an enemy into another enemy, they both take damage.
Okay.
So it's actually pretty cool, and the story is South Park. It's wacky and hilarious, but also the powers that you get in that game is also a lot of fun. And your character's origin story is all I really need to say.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, your character's origin story that Cartman comes up with is pretty interesting.
Okay, I'm interested.
So having a lot of fun with that. Trying to get more game time in. Fortunately, due to the holidays, not going to go too much into it, but my gaming time, even though I beat a game and went 12 hours into the next game, my gaming time isn't as well.
Yeah,
as I'd like it to be.
you're already very limited gaming time has been cut in probably a third of that.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to find joy whenever I can and play with video games.
'Tis the season.
Yay! Merry happy holidays.
Deck the halls.
I'm decking them. He's trying.
Cool.
So that is me. More South Park buttholes and D&D.
All right.
And I'm gonna try and see Coco. I'm gonna try and see it today.
I definitely recommend it, bud.
I really want to see it. Angelica saw it yesterday. We didn't see it together because, well, we're a long distance relationship.
Who are you
Making that
going
work.
with?
I'm going with me, myself, and I.
Yeah, talk to me after the show. We'll see. We'll
Okay.
see.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Neat.
We'll see.
Maybe. So that is me.
Cool.
All right.
Joshua, over to you.
Yeah, your girlfriend gave me a pretty big scripted story on my boss fight.
Oh, yes.
To summarize it, I'm the Goblin King. I look horrific as the Goblin King.
It's about accurate.
I'm in a room with no windows or doors, and I have to survive against like 1 million meth-induced goblins.
Strictly, or specifically, you are in the crazy stair room.
I've never seen the labyrinth.
But you've seen the scene where like there's 1 million stairs all
Yeah,
going
yeah.
in different directions.
So many different kind of medias and stories kind
Yeah.
of use. I think that's even like a Van Gogh. No, I don't think it's Van Gogh, but it's some famous artist.
Yeah, they're all over the place. But ironically, this past week I've seen like the labyrinth on social media, like the trailer. Oh, this movie's like 30 or 40 years old or whatever. I've seen that. I'm like, huh, that's a coincidence.
I hate when they do that when they're like, it's the 29th anniversary. Like, no one celebrates the 29th of anything.
Why are we
Right.
doing this every year?
I don't even want to celebrate my 29th birthday.
It's the 17th year. Increments of 5.
Right.
So I'm at a point where I'm up a staircase. There's just a wall at the top. It doesn't go left, doesn't go right. It's just a wall. And I got all these goblins coming up. And I just stand my ground. One tries to come up, two tries to come up. I give them a nice hard kick, knock all the other goblins down. And eventually, because it's an infinite stairwell, they're all tumbling on the other stairs over here, tumbling on the other stairs over here. Gravity somehow doesn't work, and they're just falling on top of each other. And at that point, no goblins come up the stairs because they're just knocking each other off.
Okay. Well,
I
they're
mean-
methed out, so they don't feel any pain.
Joshua's, he's committed xenocide, murdered a whole race of people.
I mean, I'm the king. I do what I want.
I'm the king. That's a very Trumpism
Actually?
saying.
Oof. Ugh.
I'm the king. I'll kill everybody I want to.
So, that's it. I win.
Yay!
Boss.
Yeah.
I survived the onslaught of infinite 100-man
Nothing.
melee or 100 million melee goblins, whatever.
Cool.
Okay, so as Johnny spoiled in the very beginning of the episode, I decided to do LASIK surgery, and this is
And
day-
now you have laser eyes?
And now he's cross-eyed.
I can't cross my eyes. I've never tried to do
No,
that.
you don't have to try. I'm looking at you. They're not cross-eyed permanently.
Damn.
I didn't want to tell you, but I mean,
Well, I could see straight if that matters.
I don't think that's how cross-eyedism works. You can still see straight even if your eyes are cross-eyed.
Uh,
Don't worry, you'll get used to it. We'll get used to
Johnny's
it.
being a real ass today. Before we started recording, he was picking on me for multiple other things. He's having a field day today.
It's because I like you.
Oh man, I'm gonna kick your ass and smash today. No, it was a really good decision. Eye drops for days I got to put on, but it's nice to not have to wear glasses in bed to wear contacts all day because your eyes dry out. So it's good. I feel good right now. I have a checkup on Monday, but everything's good so far.
Was there any pain or like what?
Like
What
during
were
the surgery?
Yeah.
Not to go into too much detail for time purposes. Essentially,
Gotcha.
I was lying down. They had this machine kind of over my eyes. They essentially taped my eyelids like up so I couldn't blink.
Clockwork Orange?
What?
It's a great book. I know you're
Oh.
talking about the movie though.
Okay,
Never read or seen the movie.
but you made a reference
My
to it.
God.
Yeah,
Gosh.
I do that. I do that pretty often.
Wow. So it's essentially have to keep one eye open.
It's kind of like winning trivia without ever seeing the movie.
Right?
Yeah, they essentially put a lot of pressure on one eye so that way it blacks out, and then you essentially stare at a laser, and the laser cuts the cornea open, and then they essentially after it's open, they essentially laser your eye. It's like 3 minutes each eye, but it doesn't hurt at all.
Wow.
Do they put you under? Do you wake up or?
No, I'm not put under. It's all while I'm awake.
'Cause I was gonna say it would be really cruel but funny if they put you under and then you wake up and you're like, all right, open your eyes, and they have like something taped over your eyes. And you're like, they are open.
No,
Yeah, we thought that might have happened. Yeah.
Happens 1 out of every 5.
good thing you signed that waiver because we're not liable.
Oh.
So no, all of it's done when I'm awake, and I had to wear these like goggles. They almost were like beer goggles with tint on them to block out some light and stuff. And I had to try to sleep all day on Friday, but it's good. 2 days in, and I'm glad I wake up, don't have to worry about putting on glasses, and I can see.
Nice.
I can see without all the other stuff, which is it's nice. It's very convenient.
Awesome, man.
So if you're looking into do it, I recommend doing some research. Saw a really great guy in Huntington Beach, Dr. Feinerman. If you're out in the California area, look him up. Good
Cool.
job. Good start so far. As far as games, I finished Lost Mario Odyssey last week. I haven't played any games in the past week. I had the surgery, I had work, and I said, I'm going to take a break and focus on doing other stuff. And once Xenoblade comes out, Xenoblade, I'm going to jump on that.
So it's going to be by Joshua.
So I picked it up yesterday. I haven't had a chance to play it. So I'm gonna jump into that this week. Yeah, bye Joshua. It's gonna be a lot of game time. Spent some time, with my dad throughout the week. Played a couple games here and there. Nothing really exciting for me this week. Just I got surgery done, and that was me.
Cool. All right, time for the next week's boss fights. All right, Garrett, I'm gonna pull a Joshua here because your hat he's wearing a Pikachu hat. What are those beanies that?
Yeah.
It's those beanies that have like the strings and the balls coming down to your chest.
I wish when I pulled the string, the ears did the thing.
Or he went like Pika, Pika. It's a Pikachu one. All right, so
this Pikachu's talking in English
Garrett,
though.
you are wearing that hat and it comes to life. It's an actual Pikachu, has powers and everything, but it can only survive on your head. If it's off your head for more than 5 minutes, it will die. And it can only be on you figure out what you want to do. I'll cut that part out. So it needs to be on someone's head or it will die. But when it's on someone's head, it drains their life force a little bit. The longer it's on, the less life you have. So if you kill him, though, then you lose your Pikachu.
Man, that's okay.
So it's not really a boss fight. It's more
It's a
like
puzzle.
a
Well, it's
partnership.
puzzle.
It's a puzzle.
Boss puzzle.
Yeah.
How long can you survive?
Or how do you save your friend from dying?
Or
It's
yourself?
because I always loved them.
Please, God. All right, that's your boss fight next week.
Okay. All right. Well, I will figure that out. Tune in next week.
We'll see if he's still wearing it.
Joshua, your next week's boss fight. You are on Smash Brothers Battlefield.
Battlefield or Big Battlefield?
Battlefield.
Okay.
Just Battlefield.
Okay.
And from we'll say Smash 4, not
Okay, cool.
not
Yeah, I
Melee.
was just gonna ask, but I didn't want to be a jerk and interrupt. But cool.
No.
Smash 4.
Smash 4. It's pretty lights and looks beautiful and all that.
Okay.
And all that. You are facing 6 cruel man like wireframe
Wires, yeah, they're wires.
Yeah. You're but not. No, sorry, not even wires. They're gonna be the polygons.
Okay.
Cool polygons
Smash
from
4.
Smash 64.
Yeah, 64 version, not even Melee. Okay. Dun 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 dun.
So that's your boss fight.
Okay. So I just gotta defeat 6 of them. Sounds easy enough.
All right.
Johnny, you don't like my boss fights.
Typically, it's because you look around my garage and give me Jenga and things like that. So
I didn't even catch that was from the garage.
It wasn't. He just happens to have Jenga.
it was, but okay.
All right. Like I said, Johnny's on the asshole trend today. So, Johnny, you happen to be in the middle of an event. You have one team versus the other team. You will have to choose a side, and you will be on that side trying to win.
Is it to the death or is it a race or
I'm guessing it could be, sure, we'll say it's to the death. So,
why did I give him the option?
You're giving me ideas. So it's Marvel versus DC. You have Justice League versus Avengers. You can do it for movie-based, comic-based, whatever. You have a bunch of fighters or a bunch of people fighting against the other side. You have to pick a side and win.
Okay, now
Try to win.
do I get to pick like which team is fighting which team? Like which continuity of DC is fighting which continuity of Marvel?
No.
Mm-mm.
It's just kind of there.
Okay.
So say if he chooses comic Justice League, he is also choosing comic Avengers. Like
Yeah,
he can't go comic Justice League and movie Avengers.
Yeah.
Has to stay in the same field.
Dang it,
Yeah.
Garrett.
Yeah.
I was just clearing it up. He already made the decision.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you
I
can't
still got it.
cross those type of universes.
I got a way to win this. Don't worry.
So pick your side.
I got a way to win.
Now, you're just you.
Okay.
You don't like take over Superman's powers
That's-
and some other BS you'll
Perfect.
come up with.
Perfectly fine. I know how to win. Don't you worry. I'll Johnny Mac it.
Yeah, I am worried.
Thank you. All right, guys. Well, that is our show for this week. We hope you had fun. We always have fun. And before we get out of here, guys, we always ask a couple things if you had some time. First of all, thank you for listening. And some ways to help the show. If you have some time, wherever you're listening, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, leave a review, leave us some stars or some thumbs up or whatever. That helps us get a few more people to find us, and it helps us kind of just get our name out there. So we'd appreciate that, guys, saying some kind words or not kind. I mean, if you don't like us, you could do that too, I guess.
You know what? All criticism is appreciated.
Yeah, we want to grow, we want to learn. So if you could do that, take a couple of seconds, we'd appreciate that. You can also you can also let friends and family know about us as well. Word of mouth is probably the best way that podcasts grow. So if you got friends, family, coworkers, dude that sits next to you on the bus as you go to school, I don't care. Like, let them know, hey, dude, look at the podcast I'm listening to. Check this out. There it is. That'd be really cool as well. Help us.
But you got to do it that way.
Yeah, just like that.
Yo,
You have to
check
go-
this out. The podcast.
Public transportation.
Oh man, that'd be really nice of you guys. And then the last way, guys, if you're feeling real hearty, if you like the show, you want us to continue to grow and get better, you can also help us monetarily. We're looking for Patreon subscribers. Become a patron of the show for $1 or more. You get a few perks in there that we'll be giving out. It helps us get better equipment. The server costs every 3 months or whatever. We're looking to have extended additional podcasts. We do the movie reviews, maybe bringing that back in a little bit bigger ways. We've got a side podcast we'll be bringing up. I keep saying you'll learn about it, and you will, but we're working on an additional podcast besides the Super Co-op Squad. Those things would help us kind of progress further with a couple of bucks a month. So go to patreon.com/Super Co-op Squad, and we'd appreciate that. Yeah, guys, so thank you again just for listening. That's one of the best things you can do before anything else. And if you do those extras, then great. We appreciate it, but thank you for just being here with us and having fun. If you want to chat with us, you can do it as a group at Super Co-op Squad on Twitter. You can also reach us all individually. You can find me at JohnnyMac24.
You can find me at GJL3275.
And I'm Joshua_4_life.
All right, guys, have a good week, and we will see you next week. As always, I'm Johnny Mac.
I'm fighting Pikachu. Wait, no, I'm trying to save him. Garrett.
Yeah.
I'm Joshua, always getting belittled by Johnny.
And I'm Johnny with just crazy, ridiculous boss battles.
These are titles. Are we doing that? Are we introducing ourselves?
Are
to this
these our
every time?
themes?
Now we need theme songs.
All right, see you guys next week.
Bye.